Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And displaying another extensive rash of on-the-spot improvisation, we have tonight the all-singing, all-dancing, all-conquering Josie Lawrence, then the all-round, all-knowing, all-American Greg Proops, then the all-new, all-star Jim Sweeney, and finally the all-time, all-wicked, all-over-the-place Tony Slattery. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right, well now... Bit tight for time tonight, so let's crack on with the first game, which is called Authors. If you'd like to all come down. Now, each of them's come along with a style of author in mind, and they're going to use their author style to tell a story. So, Josie, which author have you gone for?
I'm going to do the made-up, doesn't exist anyway, Michelin Guide to famous buildings and landmarks in London. I know bugger all about London, so...
well, there you are, Michelin Guide. Greg?
Jack Kerouac, the king of the American beat writers.
Oh, right, yes, on the road, all stuff like that. OK, Jim?
Tolkien.
Tolkien, yes, you're talking. Yes, very good. And, Tony?
My Little Pony.
Yes. Yes, a very, very prolific author, I think, My Little Tony. My Little Pony, sorry, what I said. My Little Tony is completely different. And not so little, I shouldn't wonder. Now, let's have a... Can you make up a title of a story for them to tell in these authors' styles?
How I Killed My Fairy Godmother.
Right. Almost came into a confession there, I think. But How I Killed My Fairy Godmother. So I'll buzz when we've got the idea of your part of the story. Away you go, Josie.
I followed my fairy grandmother one day. I hated her guts. She walked across the famous zebra crossing in Abbey Road, well known for being painted by Michelangelo in 1615. And then...
London was cold and foggy, but it was cool because I was in San Francisco. I was tripping down the streets. I pulled a reefer out of my pocket the size of a huge black drummer's leg, lit it up. Easy.
Gandalf took the reefer in one and smoked it. Suddenly his voice went all high. So, Frodo, what do you make of this? Frodo was impressed, and a shadow fell upon his face and a chill entered his heart. At that very moment, thousands of people suddenly swarmed on them. They were orcs, and some were ringrats.
Some were ringrats, but suddenly they turned into gaily, brightly coloured little ponies. Why is everything so garishly coloured? It's because we all take methyl dexamphetamine sulfate.
the little ponies were making a nice little trip to Big Ben. So called because the first politician ever was big and called Benjamin.
The little ponies were crazy cats, man. Little horses with legs that moved to and fro. You couldn't even tell how much, man. They were wild. I saw my fairy godmother there. I broke a wine bottle over her head.
She was well cheesed off. At that moment, riding on Pixie Licks was Strider, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, known to the hobbits as Big Toolgit with halitosis.
Known to the little ponies as Big Pony. I bet you know why.
Thank you, that'll do. Thank you. Oh dear. Right. Well, I think I'll give you 5 points each here, a deduction of 9, though, for too many references to drugs. So let's move on. Let's move on to a game called Alphabet, and this is going to feature Jim and Greg. So, Jim and Greg, if you'd like to come down. And what they're going to do is just act out a scene, a little scene I'm going to give them in just a moment, but they've got to do alternate lines, starting first of all with the letter A, next line with the letter B, and so on through to the end of the alphabet, which comes around about Z, I think. Now, the scene I'd like you to do is a stick-up. I think you have those in America, don't you?
Yeah, we invented it.
Right, where you go.
All right, stick up your hands.
Bloody hell!
Can't you see I've got a gun?
Duh! There's a gun right in front of me.
Ever so slowly, take the money out of your pocket.
Fine, fine. I'll do what you say.
Greg? Is that you?
Harry! How are you? This is a stick-up, too.
I didn't realize you were in this business.
Jeez, I didn't know you were.
Kindly put the gun down, huh?
Oh, low problem. I'll just stick it right in there.
My mother sends her best.
No, not your mom. How is your dad?
Old? Very old.
Pa, dear old Pa. Old, old, old Pa.
Queer fella, isn't he?
Yeah. Really, 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 really queer.
So, how have you been?
Oh. Terrific.
Unusually good, you're looking.
Oh, very nice of you to say so.
Well, I can't stay around.
Yes, I know, you have to go, because you have to go over and see the musical instruments.
Xanadu was a really bad film, wasn't it?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
That's it.
Cop out.
Which one did I...
There's 17 points there. I think it's just a bit of misorder in the alphabet just towards the end there, I'm afraid, Greg, but so I'll dock you 9 million. Now we go on to a game called Song Star. This features Josie Lawrence. If you'd like to come forward, and Josie's going to make up a song on the spot with the help of Richard Vranch on the piano or guitar, whatever takes his fancy. But it's got to be about, what's something you might find in your bath, which Josie can make up. Or is it duck or loofah there? Let's go for rubber duck, because of the easier rhyme scheme. And what rhymes with loofah? So rubber duck and a style for a style of singing. Calypso. I don't believe we've had Calypso, so, and I don't know if you can do it or not, but away you go, Calypso. Can you do that?
I'll try for you, Clive.
No, just do the song.
Going to have it on the organ, apparently.
Where else?
Electric Calypso! Woo, 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 woo! Come on, everybody, we're going to have a laugh. Come on, everybody, come share with me a bath. Oh, we'll be in luck when we bouncing and a splashing with a rubber duck. Oh, when we bouncing and a splashing with a rubber duck. Oh, rub me loofah on me back. See me rubber duck going quack, quack, quack. Oh, get rid of the muck. There's so much you can do with a rubber duck.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent, Josie, very good. Oh, dear. And 3 points for that. So now we move on to another game, and this one's called Props. This features all four of them. They break into two groups of two. Josie and Greg. Josie and Greg, you... That's your thing. Sorry, I got my order mucked up. Josie and Greg, that's your thing. If you'd like to go over there. And Tony and Jim. I did bring you into the game eventually. Right. So starting with you, Tony and Jim, and I'll buzz between the two pairings. Away you go.
You're David Attenborough. I beg you.
Oh, hey, and welcome to Canny Scotland.
It doesn't look as natural as the other one. That's
No.
Hello, little boy. I know where you can buy really crap hamburgers.
Oh, dear, that's true.
OK, number one, German destroyer, 25 yards.
I don't care. I think the quarterback likes me better, Joe.
A cheaper liquid could clean all these flats, but with this, you can clean even more.
Yeah, I'm a YTS mop handle.
Ooh, you excite me.
Zimbula dida.
OK, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Excellent. No, we're finished now. Thank you. Very good. Excellent. Now I'll give 14 points extra to Tony for old time's sake. Now let's do a game. And what an old time. Now let's do a game called Gospel. This features all four contestants again. So if you'd like to step forward in your gospel order, Greg, Jim, Tony, Josie, be assisted here by Richard Vranch at the piano, and they can make up a gospel on the spot and on the subject of somebody's hobby here. So can somebody yell out a hobby that they like to have? Cake decorating, I like that. I mean, obviously I like doing it, but is it you to start, Greg? I should think it probably is. So away you go, Greg.
Heaven is a biscuit way up above. Heaven is a biscuit way up above.
Every day I like to bake a cake for the Lord above.
Bake it.
I cover that cake and all in it with never-ending love. 'Cause decorating cakes is my life. It is it. I'm what you call a sad and lonely gift. Cakes.
Well, I like cakes, you know, I find them enticing. I like to take my clothes off and cover my body with icing. I do it because, you know, woo, I can, wow, take my body down with marzipan. Go!
Hit it, girlfriend.
Oh, God's heavenly love, it makes me feel so merry. 'Cause we are all baking in the Lord's cake, and the Lord, He is the cherry. Oh, we'll take your sins and confiscate it, and then He will decorate it. Pretty soon, you will find that He's covered you in hundreds and thousands. Yes, He's covered you. He's covered you. In hundreds and thousands.
Very good. Excellent. And, right, well, we can't follow that with anything but people trying to sell you things. See you after the break. Bye. And, oh, well. It's taken me a long time to work out the points of that last game, and unfortunately I'm getting none at all. But welcome back as we play a game called Helping Hand. I think it's called that. Now what we're going to have is Jim and Josie acting. So I'd like to come down and act. But instead of acting with their own hands, Tony is going to be providing the hands for Jim.
Thank
So-
God for that.
So can you insert your hands into the right place? And Greg, you'll be providing the hands for Josie. OK. Anyways, the scene I'd like to act out is one of you is complaining to the other about the decorations. The other is a decorator, and you're complaining about the work that's been done. OK?
Look! Look at this! Look at that! What's that supposed to be over there? That wasn't the wallpaper I chose, and it's making my head itch.
You don't like the wallpaper?
No, I don't! I don't like the wallpaper. Look at that over there! What's that supposed to be?
Well, what do you want me to do about the wallpaper? You want a different shade?
Don't you wag your finger at me!
I'll wag my finger where I want. Thank you very much.
Look, I paid you to do this. I gave you a cheque. I distinctly...
Oh, yes, you gave me a cheque. But the cheque bounced, didn't it? Bounced all the way out the bank.
How dare you say the cheque bounced? You painted my fireplace in lime green, and I didn't...
Ah, well, yes, lime green first, then puce, then black, then indigo. I thought it looked nice.
But I wanted white and magnolia. I think they're very calming colours.
White and magnolia. Oh, sorry.
Did you pap?
It's my lunch. It's repeating on me.
Rude. I'll hit you.
Don't get aggressive with me. Don't get aggressive with me.
I will.
I know Tai Chi.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Very good, yes. OK, 5 points each with a bonus of 95 million, because I think I'm trying to make Tony Slattery win. OK, so let's move on to another game, which is called Party Quirks, which features the very exciting Tony Slattery as the host of the party. All the others are guests arriving at the party. If they look at the envelopes, they're looking at the envelopes in front of them, they'll find a strange quirk, a way of behaving, as allocated by members of the studio audience. And by their improvising, the guests will have to convey what's written on those cards to Tony Slattery, who will guess them, unless he plays his game as normal and doesn't guess them. But anyway, the guests will come in as I make the doorbell noise. Tony, have you got the party going?
Yes, yes, it's lovely. It's a theme party. It's come as a Torval and Dean routine.
Yes.
No.
Very good. Was that Torval or was that Dean? Anyway, let's get the first guest arriving.
Hello, come
Goodbye.
on.
Do pop round again. Sorry, hello. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Are you sure you don't want the mental hospital?
No, just pop round for the funeral.
Well, I can kill someone.
Party!
if you like.
Party, sorry,
Yes,
party.
yes,
Oh,
do that.
peanuts, great. I could drink them for hours. Eat them for hours.
Yes.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
Wow. Should be a wild old time we're going to have tonight?
Not with you here, no. Probably not. I think you'll find. Oh, hang on a sec. Hello, Josie, come on in.
Hi, I think I've got my invitation somewhere. Oh, yes, there it is.
I didn't invite that sort of strippergram.
No. Is Wally going to be here? Because somebody said that Wally be here.
Let me just get my diary.
Tony!
Oh, Skippy, you old trout.
Skippy, yes, that's a good one, yes, right.
Hello, how are things with you?
Oh, fine, absolutely perfect. Just figuring top off the bottle and then into the glass. That's how it goes, isn't it? Whoops, I just can't get the hang of it.
Oh, dear me, you're accident prone.
Not quite accident prone.
No, I'm terribly sorry. Greg, come in.
I have a doorbell just like that. I had to put it in so totally bitchin'. What a great coach, you Kill King Odor. That's cool. Hey, how you doing there? Nice to see you.
Hi.
They're great drinks at the bar.
They are, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't mind if I pour myself one?
No,
right?
pour yourself a drink, quickly.
What a great carpet. Where did you get that carpet?
Oh.
You know where I got this suit? I got it at Coles and Covent Garden. It's so totally bitchin' there. You know, they're so nice to me in every way.
Oh, God, thank God.
God, yeah, I was just talking to God the other day. You know, it's so funny. On the way over on the tube,
Have you met the inveterate bullshitter?
Inveterate bullshitter, compulsive talker, we say in polite language.
Yes.
One last guess on Jim.
I could drink these peanuts till the sheep come back. Sorry, the cows come home.
You're a man who makes no sense.
Well, no, not exactly like that. Ask me a question, any question at all.
How old are you?
72.
You're a
Sorry,
liar.
no, 35.
Liar, yes, a compulsive...
Compulsive liar.
Yes, gets everything wrong, Yes, sorry, I was mixing up two guests there. But anyway, jolly good, yes, and I think we'll give 95 points to the guests and 1 point each to Tony. Now we come to a game called Expert Translation. This is going to feature Josie and Jim. So if Josie would like to come down, she's going to explain something about a foreign country, and Jim's going to translate it. So can you think of a nice faraway country you'd like this to be set in?
Mongolia.
Albania, I heard. That's a very good one. Albania. Now, which aspect of Albanian life would you like explaining?
The sheep.
The sheep? The sheep? Do it sheep, then, if you could, so you can explain
about sheep.
sheep in Albanian, which I know you're fluent in, Josie. And to help us out, since most of us aren't fluent in Albanian, Jim Senior will translate for us. So away you go.
Yo, everybody, let's talk sheep. Sheeps come in lots of different sizes. Little, middle, and big. I like stroking the big ones. Yeah, get down and boogie with a man. Shearing is a lot of fun. I often shear my entire body. Some of those sheep play really hard to get. I think that speaks for itself.
Thank you very much. That's a good word of advice, I think, yes. Yes. And using the Albanian scoring system, you get Nurki. Right, let's move on to a game called Psychiatrist. This is going to feature Josie Lawrence as a singing psychiatrist. If you'd like to get set up there, Josie, with your stool and one for your patients.
Yes,
And what's going to happen is each patient's going to come on and he's going to sing his symptoms to Josie, and Josie's going to sing back a cure or some sort of advice, OK? So I think we're going to start with... Oh, I've forgotten who started. Yes, Greg. So Greg is going to start first. So can you think of something for him? Maybe he thinks he's something. Something's... An Eskimo. An Eskimo. That's you think you're an Eskimo. I think that's good.
But I really do think I'm an Eskimo.
Yeah. OK, so Eskimo, away you go.
Tell me about your problem.
I will. Up in the frozen north, there's a lot of schlubbers. All day long I spend my time just eating blubber. When I ride the bus each day, everyone looks at me funny, 'cause I'm wearing mucklucks and my nose is always runny.
This problem always goes back to your mama.
Mama?
She never kissed you, she only rubbed your nose. And when you were small, although it was hot, she always wrapped you up in furry clothes. So this is what I need for you to do.
Tell me.
live in an igloo.
Right, very good, very good. Now, okay, now... Excellent, excellent. It's 59 points there. Now, what we need for Jim is something he's scared of. Hats. Scared of hats?
Hats?
Yes. A fairly common condition, I'd have thought. But there it is. You're scared of hats, Jim. Where you go?
Tell me about your problem then, boy.
All right, then, Governor, I will. Well, I'll tell you this and I'll tell you that. I'm very, very scared of a very big hat. I'm scared of a hat. I'm scared of a hat, is me. Been scared since I was a little boy. It's even worse now. Oh, joy, oh, joy. I hate those hats. They scare the life out of me.
This is a quite big problem. Yes, it is so very big. It'll probably be with you until you're dead. I know why you hate hats so much. I know why it is true. It is because you've got a funny head. So this is what you need to do, my son, before you go. Never wear a chapeau.
Yes, at least 500 points there. So now we've got Tony Slattery, and he's in love with something. He's in love with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Easily the easiest rhyme of the evening, so... but a clear sign of madness, I'd say. So where you go?
I've got a problem, Doc.
Yes, I can see. Tell me about your other one.
I want to tell you about this one, shall I?
Yeah, go on.
I think sometimes I drink too much. I think I drink too much gin. Then I find myself falling in love with a shiny terrapin. I like to call it Josie or Myrtle, but really I want to mount a turtle. Tell me what I do before I go mad. Cha-cha-cha.
This is a quite nasty problem. Oh, yes, a quite nasty problem for sure. I think you want to be a mutant teenage ninja turtle, do you? Tell me, live in a sewer? Oh, I'm going to give you some pills to stop this. They may make your eyelids droop.
I don't know.
But never go near the turtles again, or you may end up in the turtle soup.
Very good, excellent, thank you. Well done. Thank you. Scroll away. Thank you. Yes. Very good. Clearly that's the last game, and quite obviously Josie Lawrence ought to win, but because of some bribery that's gone on, Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done, Tony Slattery. And the prize is to do the credits, and Tony has to read the credits in the style as though he was auditioning for an Australian soap opera. So it just remains for me to thank Josie Lawrence, Greg Proots, Jim Sweeney, Tony Slattery, Richard Vance at the piano. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
So I just stand here and say it, do I? OK, Bonza. Anyway, improvised music by Richard Vance. That's a hell of a macho name there. Title squeak now. It's gone. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Never mind. Videotape Michaela Porlick. She's a spunky kind of girl, let me tell you. Oh, no, for God's sake, the farmhouse is on fire. Did I do that all right? Researcher Maria Britton, production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. Get off my leg, bouncer. Or what do you know the name is? Director Chris Bowl, executive producer Dan Patterson. Had him quite a few times, let me tell you.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And tonight our Teenage Mutant Ninja improvisers are, first of all, Mike McShane, the veritable Leonardo of the performing arts, Sandy Toxvig, the Toulouse-Lautrec of the one-liner, then the ever-cheery Paul Merton, the secret love child of Whistler's mother and Van Gogh's uncle, and finally, a bit reluctantly, our post-impressionist hero in a half Nelson, Jim Sweeney. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. OK, so now the first game we're going to play is called Film and Theatre Styles, and this is going to feature Mike and Sandy as a pairing. So I can step forward and give you a situation in which to improvise. Just a second, but what we'd like is some film and theatre styles. Let's go for some, imaginative ones this week, off the beaten... Student drama class. Medical drama. What was that?
Courtroom drama.
Traditional Japanese, and I heard... Courtroom drama behind that, so I don't think we've had that before. Brechtian, yes, that should alienate the contestants. Jolly good. So, that's what we have. Yes, your scene is two strangers in adjoining hotel rooms. You don't know each other, you've got two hotel rooms, but they happen to interconnect. And much merriment results.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hello. Are you the waiter? And if so, why have you got nothing on?
Wow. I was stepping into the bathroom to get towels. I'm room 225, you're room...
227.
How odd. Sorry,
No, please don't cover it up. And anyway, your hand doesn't seem to do it.
Medical.
I'm holding it on just with my knees, doctor.
What an interesting medical phenomenon this is. A man who's as big as he says he is. Now...
Traditional Japanese. Yeah, I don't know how long you can hold that. But let's end on a courtroom drama.
And I put it to you, my lord, that while he stood verily for a moment, it soon sagged. And that this man surely should not have interconnected with my hotel room. Guilty?
I say nay. Nay to that. I was a victim of excessive hormones.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. I'll give you 22 points each there with a bonus of 5 for not using the line about it'll never stand up in court. So let's move on to another game, which is called Alphabet. Straightforward game, this. It's going to feature Paul and Jim, and they're going to enact a scene for us. But you start each line with a letter of the alphabet, and then the next line with the next letter of the alphabet, and so on through until you've done all 26. And to make it a bit of fun, let's decide which letter we're going to start with. Doesn't have to be A. Start with a P, always a good way to start a day. And the scene I'm going to get you to do is one of you is caught in quicksand, okay, and the other one is just helping out or not helping out, as the case may be. Starting with the letter P.
Please help me!
Quicksand, is it?
Yes.
Say nothing, I'll pull you out.
Today, if you could.
Undoubtedly. Grab my hand, then.
Verily, I will.
Well, here we go. Well, pull.
The X-rays! I need X-rays! My arm's broken!
Yes, it feels like it is.
Zorro was my favourite children's... I need quicksand seeping into my brain.
Are you a sad little man? You are, aren't you?
Basically, yes.
Come on, I'll get you back out of here on dry land.
Damn. I nearly died in that quicksand.
Everybody does, you know.
Finally, yes, they do.
Goodbye to the quicksand, then.
Hello to a new life.
I love you.
Just saying that.
Kinky little devil.
Love me?
Much.
No.
Oh, yes.
That's it, that's the end. Well done, you got right away, yes. Very good. Yes, pretty obviously double points for that last game. We now come to a game called Song Styles. This is from Mike McShane. He's going to make up a song on the spot here with the assistance of Richard Vranch on the piano or any other musical instrument that comes to hand. It's got to be something you find in a fridge. Can you think of... Maggots, a great fridge... What was that? Moldy tomato was the exciting suggestion of something we don't want to go and visit, or at least eat with. But we need a style. Sorry, I'm rambling on here. We need... Calypso. Have we done a calypso? I don't think you've done a calypso, have you? Can you manage that?
No.
Yeah, you can do anything. This is, I can hardly say it, but you can sing it. It's just...
about a moldy
moldy potato. Tomato.
Tomato.
You say potato, I say tomato. Let's...
Forget it. I got a refrigerator full of vegetables. Most of them fresh, but one little baby that's inedible. It's my little tomato. I love it so much. It squeezes and wheezes when I give it the touch. It's so moldy and moldy. Oh, I love the tomato.
Yeah! Yes! All right. Oh, well, that must be at least 70 million points for that. So let's move on. Let's move on to a game called Translation. And if my notes are correctly, we're going to have Sandy explaining something in a foreign language. And it'll be translated for us to make it into English by Paul. So they get ready for that. But let's work out, which country do you want this set in? Outer Mongolia. I think Venezuela I heard, but I think this is familiar. Outer Mongolia. So Sandy's going to speak in Outer Mongolian. But which aspect of Outer Mongolian life would you like explained? Yak and lavatory is what I heard there. So it's the sort of physical functions of yaks with particular reference to that unpleasant aspect of life. Where you go then?
Hello. Now calm down. Imagine you are in Outer Mongolia and you see towards you walking the most beautiful specimen of yak you have ever laid eyes on. You think, how on earth is it going to go to the toilet? You can try leading them into your house, you can show them how the flush works, but most yaks don't care for that sort of thing. Most of them are happy with a cast iron bucket. No, but seriously. Here's a funny one. There's these two yaks on an exercise bike. And the other one yak says the other yak, I'm really hot and tired. In fact, I want to go to the toilet. And the other yak says, you're too late, I already have.
Thank you very much. That'll do. That's enough of that. Thank you. That was so authentic, that Outer Mongolian. I'm going to have to give you no marks at all. So let's move on, and let's a musical round, which is a march. They've got to make up a march, a sort of song based on a march form. So don't all rush forward, because you're all four are going to do it with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano. And we'd like to do it about somebody's hobby. So has somebody got a hobby here that'd be worth singing about? Train spotting. I think that's about the one we have done already in this series. So.
Chimney spotting.
Chimney spotting. I'm going to rule that out as not a real hobby. I'm sorry to offend you. But hang gliding is. So hang gliding is full of fun, I think. So where you go, starting with you, Jim, please.
A march, 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 march. That's what we hang gliders do. March, 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 march. You certainly would too. We glide all day, we have such fun. It's great fun by the pound. Until we forget how to land and hit the bloody ground.
I like to go up high, up into the sky. But there's one thing that's very unpleasant. I don't think anything's going to rhyme with unpleasant, actually. It only happens very occasionally. It only happens to some. But every time I go up, I get a draft up me bum.
Oh, I love hang gliding. I do it every day. I sometimes go up in the air and sometimes I go to Bray, which is near a place I used to live when I was but a boy. Hang gliding's not a hobby. It's more of a sort of big toy. Very good.
I'm an adventurer. I like to keep my many, many days filled by becoming a member of the Blind Hang Flyers Guild. I like to go up in the air, though I can't see a thing. I loft off a cliff on a prayer and a wing. I'm flying left or right. I really can't tell. I have no idea is heaven up or whether down is hell. But when I reach the end of it, I land up with a flash and I make a perfect three-point crash.
Well done, yes. Oh, that was so... Very good. That was so like a march. I'll have to take a break to work out those points. See you after the advertisements. Bye. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was very good. So, 3 points each. Now we come to a game called Props, and they divide into two pairs for this. The first pairing is Mike and Paul. Now, I'd like to give you that, and you've got to come up with different ways of using that. And meanwhile, Jim and... Oh, here it is. Sorry, I thought that was part of me. But there it is.
Trust me, Clive.
Yeah. Such bad memories. Now, oh, well, you just have to use different ways of using these things, and I'll buzz between the two pairings, starting with you, Mike and Paul.
I don't know what happened. I was just standing here and this torpedo suddenly shot right through my back.
I told you to work. Look, a zebra mated with a python.
You'll never get past super pregnant, man. I'm impenetrable.
What do you think? A bit camp for a Newcastle supporter?
Could you have a look at my satellite dish? There's something wrong with it. It keeps picking up crap 24 hours a day.
You must have Sky.
Oh, darling, it's so beautiful here at sea.
It certainly is.
Welcome to the island of the Amazons. Are you a man?
Yes, I am, actually.
Boy!
Well, it's as long as you said, but not terribly useful.
Thank you very much. Well done. Jolly good. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that all worked. And let me see. Yes, 72 points there. Now, let's come to a game called News Report. And this is going to feature Sandy Toksvig sitting in the studio as a TV presenter with Paul with her, and they'll each be on a stool as an expert. All right, but out in the field, we'll have Jim playing a reporter, and he'll be interviewing whoever he comes across, and whoever it is, it'll be played by Mike McShane. So that's the setup, rather complicated setup, but what the whole programme they're going to be doing is like a news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme, something like Little Bo Peep. But can you suggest Humpty Dumpty? That was a good one there, I think somebody said. So Humpty Dumpty, go for Humpty Dumpty, and away you go after the music brings you in.
Welcome to Regional Rap, where we look at stories too dreary to go on national television. This evening, the story is hot. Humpty Dumpty, we've got an expert on the eggs in the studio. Mr. Paul Merton, what do you think has actually happened here?
Well, a lot of people saying he was pushed, a lot of people said he fell accidentally, but I've got a feeling that the King's horses and the King's men know something about this.
Well, let's go over into the field where I believe Jim Sweeney's actually got one of the King's horses there.
That's right, Teddy. I've got one of the King's horses here with me. Do you think there's any chance you'll get together and do something about this?
I don't think all the King's horses or all the King's men could give a rat's butt what happens in that last game. I'd like to tell you right now, he's been a big pain in the wavo ever since we had to deal with him.
Sorry, Jim, we're going to come back to the studio there. A little bit of a reaction. I mean, maybe a mistake to let the horses have first go.
Yes, perhaps, but it's the old saying, you know, never annoy a horse, otherwise you're made an enemy for life.
Well, thank God you're here as an expert, because what a fabulous old saying that is. Now, Jim, I believe you've got the remains of Humpty there with you.
Yes, yes.
Can he speak?
I've got Humpty. I think he can. It's the bits that are left over. Most of them, of course, have gone to 7 different hospitals. Humpty, is this the final crack up for you?
That's real funny, man. That's real funny. You know, I was just minding my own business, having a couple of Ramos fizzes, when these big butch boys on horses came up and started poking fun at me, calling me thin shell, Mr. Omelet waiting to happen, all that kind of stuff. Well, I got pretty mad, and I leapt down, and they started poking me, and now look at me. I mean, it's only the top half. What can I do with this? I'm not even good for an 8 cup.
There we are, so that's the state of play here with Humpty. I'm afraid the yoke's very much on him. Back to you.
Jim, thanks very much. And thank you to Paul there in the studio. Well, it's been a flash news item. It's been a bit of a flash in the pan. We'll be back with more news later on. See you then.
All right. Yes, a lot of points there, 95 points each. A deduction, though, I'm afraid, to Jim for that thing about the yoke. And let's move on to another game called Helping Hands. This will feature Paul Merton in an acting role, and he'll be acting out with Jim. But Jim will be helped because he won't have to use his hands. Sandy will be providing the hands by putting her hands behind. Well, you'll see. Come on, get in position. Sandy, you have to put your hands through his armpits, if you can know how to do that. And basically all I'm going to do is a situation you've got to act, but Jim's got to follow what his hands are doing, as dictated by Sandy. And Paul, you're a patient going to see a doctor who turns out to be this combination creature. So you're a patient going to see a doctor.
Oh, doctor.
How do you do? Come in.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. What's the problem then?
Well, I've been getting a sort of nervous tick.
Yeah.
Just sort of about here.
That sort of thing.
Oh, you don't seem too well yourself.
No, not really. No, it's playing me up a bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Big deep pockets. Big deep pockets. Very important for a doctor. Now then,
yes.
How long have you had this particular little problem that you've got at the moment? Tell me, I'm a doctor.
Well, it's been about 5 days.
5 days. Well,
yes.
5 days. 5 days it says down there.
Yeah.
I see. Well, let's have a look. Could you just open your shirt? Just
yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Sort of there.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're a very attractive man.
Yes.
Not often you see string vests.
No, it is not.
No, let me see.
So, what's your diagnosis?
5 days, you say? Oh, dear, tricky one, this. 5 days. Oh, all those lessons I bunked off. 5 days. I don't know, you might have an ulcer coming on, I'm not sure. The best thing to do is take 2 of these.
Yeah. Oh, you dropped them out. Oh, there they are.
There's another 2, I've got thousands.
OK, good.
And 2 of these twice a day.
Right, OK, I will do. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nice to see you, as I say.
Nice to see you.
And if you have any problems, do feel free to, just pop back and see me anytime. I'm always here.
OK, thank you very much. End there. Off. Yes. I think that earns Paul 15 marks and Jim an appearance before the BMA committee. Now we come to a game called Musical Producers. And this is for Paul and Sandy. They're going to sit on stools and pretend to be musical producers, and they'll describe a musical, which will then be acted out, or more likely sung out, by Jim and Mike. But what I'd like you to suggest, if you would, is the title or the topic for this musical.
Election of a Prime Minister.
Election of a Prime Minister. Fabulous. A timeless piece, this, I hope. And so away you go.
I've got a thought.
Yes.
We start in the back rooms of Parliament.
Good God, that's brilliant.
Thank you. They're discussing. It's subterfuge. It's intrigue. They're going to kill the incumbent Prime Minister.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
The secret ballot.
In my pocket, son.
I'll get it myself. Oh, my God. Really him?
He must be our new PM, unless he dies.
I've got the money, he's in for a big surprise.
I like that's intrigue. That's good.
It's good, but I think both women are playing it too heavy.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing, I think, is the Prime Minister with the Parliamentary Private Secretary.
Yes.
Talking about what's going to happen.
Yes.
In a 60s rock opera type of way.
Yes, I can see it exactly, and they look across the desk and they fall in love.
Yes.
Prime Minister, I've been with you so far, and I've got to put this letter down and his pencil and tell you something. You look magnificent sitting there.
Yeah!
Your flabby white cheeks, they fill the chair.
Yeah!
As a symbol of power, you're nothing.
Thanks a bunch!
But as a sex monkey, you're something.
Hey, let's do lunch!
I love you.
Love me!
Love you.
Love me!
Every way I can.
Yo!
I'm your #1 towering parliamentary fan.
Yes, that's very good. I like that.
Sex, intrigue,
Yes.
and now a little death.
Yes. What do you mean?
I think the Prime Minister should die, and in the last death throes...
He sings a really raunchy reggae number.
Yes!
Quick! The Prime Minister's dying!
I'm going. I won't be here much longer. It's been a good life as a PM.
What are we going to do without you? Tell us the plan for the future.
Slip in fast. I'm not here much longer. Boy, you got a good there, stronger. I'm a-going. You're gonna be my replacement.
Ariad, man, sing it down!
You're the PM, the new 1C. No more of me. I'm going up to see my makeup.
Okay, let's end that there. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Fine. Very good. And that was the very last game. And totaling up the points as a very popular winner, Mike McShane is this week's winner. So, well, and do the credits in the. Actually, do the credits in the style of a 1930s radio announcer. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Sandy Toxic, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, Richard Branson, pianos, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Live, it's Whose Line Is It Anyway? Live from the forehead room of the Hotel Anderson with Mike McShane, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, and Sandy Toxic. Improvised music by Richard Sparky Branch. Title sequence by Steve Bendelak. Camera supervisor Rolly Luker. Vision mixer Martin Coates. Shows a close friend of Walter Winchell's. Floor manager Jim McDonald. Remember, he's open 24 hours a day at the Automat serving soup and sandwiches. Production accountant Deborah Forward, and indeed she is. Researcher Maria Britton. Production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. Production manager Avon Harpley, the blonde bombshell. Director Chris Bold, who needs him? Executive producer Dina Sedano, we all want her. Producer Dan Patterson, I can't make up my mind all week.
Hey, hello, and welcome to this special international edition of Whose Line Is It Anyway, which tonight features from America the massive talent of Mike McShane, from Canada the amazing skills of Colin Mochrie, from Denmark the missive talent of Sandy Toksvig, and from just around the corner the local boy made bad, Tony Slattery. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. Now, not too much, it'll get to their heads. We start with a game called Film and Theatre Styles. They break into two pairs of two for this. First of all, Sandy and Colin, you'd like to come down? I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in just a second. But first of all, can I have some suggestions for some film and theatre style? Kitchen sink dramas. Good. Sorry, what was that? Children's TV. Jolly good.
Pantomime.
Pantomime, yeah. Any, one more, I think?
Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror farce. That's, might be one. Oh, we've got loads there. So your situation is one of you can't get to sleep and the other one's trying to help you over that problem. So whichever way around you want to do that, that's your situation. Go.
I can't sleep.
Well, do you want me to bring the sheep back in again, or was that not very successful?
No, try it again. But make the jump a little higher. Because they keep hitting me in the side of the head here.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about it. Flossie, if you want to come in again...
OK, let's do it as a kitchen sink drama.
I think I should tell you something, Derek, before Flossie comes in.
What's that, Deirdre?
Flossie's pregnant.
I thought I was protected.
Damn
and damn once again.
I'm just guessing, but are you cross?
Yes. It was just once. Just once.
I know, but she had a hell of a smile on her face.
Can we move rapidly into children's TV?
Shall I bring Flossie in?
Oh, could you?
We'll see what she's got to say. Can you see her? Can you see her smile?
Edge you on to farce.
Oh no! Look! Out the window! The vicar's coming and we got a sheep in the bedroom! Ooh, put your trousers on! Here, hang on a minute. You hide in the sheep. I know we've done that before.
Okay, let's end on that happy note. Thank you. Move back. Thank you. Right. Well, I'll give you 5 points each here for touching just occasionally on the topic I gave you, and bonus of 55 to the sheep for really taking over. So, Tony and Mike, I'll give you your situation. Can we have a few more styles, please?
Home video.
Home video, yes.
Restoration comedy.
Chinese opera. Oh, very Sorry? Melodrama and Open University.
Prime Minister's question time.
It's not really a theatrical style, is it? I mean, especially real people there. They're not actors. It's not like in America where Ronald Reagan played the part. Now, any more? Amateur dramatics. Well, I think we have a million there to choose from. But here, your style... Well, your situation is you're having a duel. Where you go?
So, Countess de Baudricourt, you think you are better than me at shootsmanship?
I, Philip de Cochon, my eye can beat better upon a falcon flying than any man too.
Well, you have a spade, and I'll have a Kalashnikov. Let's see who's...
Whoa. Open University.
In the 15th century, these firearms were often used for putting a lead ball distinctly between the two eyes.
That's right, and if we look at this pie chart here, we'll see that Mike is wearing a variety of terribly ugly 70s clothes.
Stop giggling, Tony. It's Chinese opera.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now I got to use you. I know you're the rifle cannon.
Oh, Lotus Master, once you teach me the secret of the lead dragon, I will be the most powerful man in Pekong.
What's all this rubbish going on?
Let's try home video.
All right, hold still. Okay,
You're all right.
okay.
No,
Mike,
I'll pretend
all
to
right.
shoot you. I'll pretend to shoot
no,
you.
fire, no, okay.
Do you get
No,
that?
point at the camera.
Do you get that?
Point at the camera
Sorry,
here.
sorry, I've just been in a toilet. I've got trousers.
Okay, go on.
All right, there you go.
That's got enough of that. Let's finish on melodrama.
So, you point the camera at me, the very camera you filmed.
Oh, go ahead! Make long noises like a cow! Nothing will save you now!
I know what will save me. I'm going to walk in a completely implausible fashion. To the death, I say! I can't go through with it.
I've had a change of heart. You're acting so bad, I decided to kill myself!
No! Marry me instead!
That's a natural conclusion to that. 9 points each there for the improvisation, with a bonus of 1 million each for hopelessly overacting. Jolly good. So let's have a game now called Props. They're divided into pairs of 2 for this. Mike and Sandy, that's your prop. You have to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. OK, and Tony and Colin, yours is a 2-part prop, which I think it is. And there it is, or there they are. And just buzzing between the two groups of 2. As soon as I get your idea of it, away you go, starting with you, Mike and Sandy.
Honey, when I'm cremated, you're gonna have to put me in this size one, all right?
I killed the Dutch boy and stole his shoes.
Good! Bambalea, bambalea.
I am the Dutch boy's friend. Where is he?
Well, it's big, all right.
Some women consider me a classical lover.
Shirley Bassey, put your clothes on.
Oh, dear.
This was found in Egypt. It was called the Rosetta Porta Potty.
We can make great coffee from this.
Honey, I'm really hungry. Can you open the peanut butter for me?
What do you mean, Captain Kirk? I'm getting camper.
Okay, thank you very much. That's end there. Thank you. Right. Let's give 14 points each. Anyway, well, let's move on to a game called Helping Hands. Now, in this, I'd like you, Sandy, to act out a situation with Colin. So you'd like to come down ready. But to make it easier for Colin, since he's a newcomer, he does not have to use his own hands, but Tony Slattery will provide the hands for him by putting them through the armpits like that. And the situation I'd like you to do, Sandy, is you're ordering a sandwich at a sandwich bar or something like that. And there's your sandwich tender.
Hello, have you got anything that's fresh at all?
Fresh. Fresh. Yes, I believe. Yes, I do. This stuff right here. This meat. It's meat. It's roast beef.
Meat? Are you sure? I mean, it...
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but you've eaten it now.
Oh, sorry. No, you don't want any of that. We'll have some ham. Would you like some ham?
No, well, you just flicked snot all over it. I don't...
Look, I'm sick and tired of your attitude.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll just have a coffee, please. Can I just have a coffee?
All right, a coffee. You have a coffee. All right, you have a coffee. There you go. Like that.
You've spilled it all down me now.
Oh, really? Well, look at this. Maybe you just like this, a comb.
Well, that's terribly
You
kind
can
of...
use that to make little designs on the cheese.
Yes, I know, but you've got coffee all down me and I still haven't got my sandwich.
Oh, all right. Here, have a napkin.
Oh, that's terribly kind of you.
Here, let me wipe you.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little nearsighted.
Yes, I can tell it.
Look,
I'm not...
I have ears.
Okay, that'll do. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, there it is. I don't know. Based on audience acclamation, I think I'll give 96 points to everyone on that last game. Now we come to a game called Musical Producers. This is going to feature Colin and Sandy as the producers of a musical. If you'd like to get your stools ready to sit there, it has to be done on stools. They're going to be describing the musical, and then it'll be acted out for us, or rather sung out for us, by Tony and Mike, with the assistance of Richard Ranch on the piano and any other musical instrument that's necessary. But this is a new musical, but we'd like a topic that it should be about. Wasps. Wasps, a very good suggestion. A very easy word to rhyme. Wasps. A million rhymes for that. So if you just describe the first scene and we'll get going, take it away, Colin and Sandy.
Okay. Young lovers, okay?
Wasps.
Young lover wasps. That's right. That's exactly what I was going to go
Wasps
for.
are big in the marketplace today.
Right. So they're out together and they fancy each other and they do the traditional wasp song.
Yes, wondering why they're not producing honey.
I like you, I like your stripes, I like your size and I like your sting. I want to marry you, here's your wedding dress, here's your gold and silver honey-made ring.
Oh, I'd like to take this ring, but there's one important thing.
What's that?
We've been going out a long time, I mean, you're a slave and I'm the queen.
The slave goes out and she sees this beautiful young girl.
Yes.
And he decides he's going to sting her.
Okay.
But if he stings her, he'll die.
With a hacking cough.
In a 1920s flapper number.
Beautiful girl.
What a day, what a day, what a day to pick some flowers. What a day, I could pick for hours and hours. Look, a little wasp, he's got a stinger. He wonders what it would cost.
I'm going to sting you right in your head. Ow. And when I've sting you, we're going to bed. Let's do it now, let's flap our wings and fly away.
Okay.
That was a great song and a hell of a dance, wasn't it? Now.
Years later.
The slave wasp is dying.
Yes.
Having
and
left his sting in the woman and the queen.
feeling really bad that she rejected him, comes back to pay her final respects.
At his deathbed. It's so sad.
It's very dramatic.
You're dying.
I'm dying.
I just came to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
No flying.
No flying.
No more. Just say goodbye.
But since you've offered to be my wife, I've got a new lease of life. Let's fly and sting our days away.
You're alive again. We'll be better friends. Let's sting our way to fame.
Okay, honey.
Jolly good. Yes, and there. Okay, yes, jolly good. While I work out the points of that, we take a break. You see some advertisements. See you after that. Bye. Yes. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back with 94 points being shared equally amongst the four competitors of that last game. Now we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all four competitors again. If you'd like to come down to the World's Worst step. And you have to step forward when you've got examples of the world's worst person to be a superhero. OK, I'll buzz when I've got the idea of your suggestion.
Ah, don't worry, Flatulence Man will save you.
Oh, a phone booth.
You're safe! It's Ballet Man!
Squelch! Hello, I'm Incontinence Woman.
Don't worry, it's me, Salmon Man.
Yeah.
Don't back off. I, Captain Forgetful, will take care of it. Where's my costume? Where's my costume?
Listen, I really want to save you, but the baby's due any minute.
You will not burn down the fourth bridge, not faced with Mimotron.
Well done, yes, very good. Yes. Sorry, you caught me by surprise there, but a lot of points to everyone there. I'll work out who I'm going to give them in a minute. Now we come to a game called Song Styles, in which Mike McShane is going to make up a song on the spot. And what's he going to make up a song about? So could you think of something you'd take on a picnic?
Banana.
Banana. Well, banana seems a possible one you could use. No, when you one thing, we're not a whole picnic for him, but banana's fair enough. Not so easy to run. No, we've moved on from that now. But we'd like a style for him to sing in, which I don't think napkins qualifies.
Napkin Cole.
Sorry?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Oh, rock and roll. Have you heard of rock and roll? Have you done those a million times?
Why, yes, Clive, though I wear a suit and tie, I do have a funky underpinning.
Well, get your funky underpinning out, Mike, and away you go.
I like food. I love a picnic. I can swing with almost anything. Cottage cheese, easy to please, but one fruit really makes me sing. It's yellow and long and not too strong. This is a banana song. They say monkeys, well, they love them. They just can't get enough of them. Well, I'm a primate, #1. Me and that little yellow fruit gonna have a lot of fun. I open the hamper, I peel it down. I munch banana all over town. Ha!
Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Another 72 points there from Mike McShane. Let's move on to a game called News Report. This is going to feature Sandy and Tony in television studio. Sandy is the anchor woman, and Tony is an expert. Out in the field, we'll have Colin as a reporter, if you'd like to go over there, and he'll be interviewing, well, anybody, and those anybodies will be played by Mike McShane. So this is a whole news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme. So can somebody suggest something like Little Bo Peep or Humpty Dumpty? Something?
Baa Baa Black Sheep.
The Grand Old Duke of York. I'm fairly confident that's a nursery rhyme, so away you go. And away you go when the news music comes in.
Good evening, and welcome to We Know More Than You Do, where we patronise you at peak time. And this evening, a very exciting story. It's a royal story, and with us an expert in the studio. Now, the Grand Old Duke of York been with rather a lot of men, hasn't he?
He's been with rather a lot of men. I think this is the most important point to clarify. The latest reports coming through from Reuters is that he has, in fact, had 10,000 men.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stop you there. We've got one of those 10,000 men. He is exhausted, but he is going to speak to us in the field.
10,000 men. You were one of them. When you were up, and now you're down. How do you feel?
Man. He's a grand old duke and party till you puke. I'll tell you, that guy can go for hours. I mean, I was number 359, and I thought he'd be steaming, but he was still ready to jazz, baby.
Okay, back in the studio here, a bit of a comment from the Peerage de Brett's expert.
I think one of the things to bear in mind is that there were points in which he was only halfway up.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, we've actually got the farmer who owns that hill, been tramping up and down 10,000 men with the Grand Old Duke of York. How's he feeling?
All right, your entire crops have been trampled by 10,000 men. How do you feel?
Well, I'm planning on taking the crushed wheat and selling it to the Shreddies Corporation.
Thank you very much. Is it one final word?
Well, it's just come through on Reuters again that he is, in fact, going to be rechristened the Grand Old Duke of Pork.
Yes, you heard it here first. We'll be back with more news as it happens.
Okay. Right, thank you very much. Put your stools back there. Very, very good indeed. No points, unfortunately. Now we come to a game called Alphabet. This is for Tony and Mike, so if you'd like to come down ready. They're going to act out a scene. I'm just going to set them a little scene. The only difficulty that we're going to give them is they've got to start each line with successive letters of the alphabet. But we don't have to start with A, because I've got a suggestion.
L.
L. That wasn't just a yelp of pain. Oh, L, not this game. L sounds good, so we've got to get back and do L again at the end for the big finale. And the situation you've got to do is just two surgeons performing an operation and chatting about it.
Lucky sod, you get off this week, huh?
Michael, this is sudden. What causes jealousy?
Nepotism. Ooh! Perhaps your wife doesn't happen to be the best nurse on the hall.
Quite. She isn't.
Really, I thought you had more tact and morals than that.
Silly person. Can't you see that you've just taken out his windpipe?
Oh, tracheotomy time.
That goes under the neck. Under the neck, that goes.
Very good.
Whoa, we've done it.
Oh, the Zibological ridge seems to be opening up.
Yes, that's right.
Zip that baby up and I'll bust for lunch, okay?
Oh, no, he's dead.
Big deal.
Careless butterfingers.
Dr. Cock Up.
Every time.
Forget it. I'm hungry.
Good, me too.
Hell, let's go to that new salad bar.
I'd rather have a steak.
Well, jam it up, my kabaga. I'll have a steak too.
Kaboga, what's that?
A linear tract of the. Forget it.
That's it. That was finished. Really good. Very well done. Particularly a good round of alphabet there. Half a point each. Now we come to a game called March, in which all four competitors are going to make up a song, a march, on the spot. So if you'd like to come down ready to do that. And what I'd like you to do, studio audience, is suggest some type of profession that they can make this up. Banker, I think, has a possibility of a rhyme or two. There'll be penalty points for anything too obvious on this, though, Tony. So can you start, please, Tony, keeping off the obvious rhymes, and away you go.
Oh, fiscal things are sweet to me, in many ways they're honey. Yes, my life centers around lots and lots of money. Oh, money, 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 I don't need wit. To be a banker, you need to be a duplicitous git.
cashier in our bank where she couldn't do any counting, which is really difficult, but she was very good at mounting. So instead of making her into a bank teller, we put her by a lamppost and set up trying to sell her.
I love the feel of money. It's so crisp in banks. I like the smell of dollars, of pounds, of francs. Instrumental!
I'm dating a woman. The woman is a banker. She's damn good to me. I'd really like to thank her. She lets me make deposits every day and every night. An early withdrawal's a penalty, but for me, it's all right. I've got lots to put in the vault. Just because I'm loaded, it's really not my fault. But I don't think I could find enemy the worst or the best, cause she always charges me with interest.
Very good, well done. Yes. The sadness is that that's the very last game, and totting up the score, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done. A reasonably popular choice there, and the prize for winning is to do the credits in the style of my choosing. And can you do it, Tony, in the style of the world's most enthusiastic person? We'll read the credits in that style. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Colin Mochrie, Sandy Toksvig, Tony Slattery, Sally Slattery, yes, Richard Branch, it's me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? Devised and compiled by Dan Patterson. What a great producer he is! Oh, Mike McShane, he's Big Sandy Toksvig. She's Richard Branch. Oh, what brilliant music! Oh, he's great. Stephen Benderlite, what a fab name! Ah, it's brilliant. Vision makes some hard goes. Videotape. Nicole, I can't pronounce that name, but I bet she's got in bed. Oh, production by Tony Ross. Costume designer Joe Thompson. She's a crazy girl. I love her so much. This program's so brilliant. Researcher Ryan, production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. I'll be seeing her later. Oh, designer Graham Story director Chris Boldo. He's so brilliant. This whole brilliant. I'm so happy I'm going to shoot myself.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And the expert extemporizers tonight are Man Mountain Mike McShane and Wonder Woman Josie Lawrence. Joining them, we have all the way from the exotic Welsh quarter of Vancouver, Donelda Williams, and from the rather less exotic Danish quarter of the home counties, Sandy Toksvig. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right, we start by breaking them down into two pairs. The first pairing is Denny and Josie. If you'd like to come forward, play a game called Film and Theatre Styles and a motion option. I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in a moment. We want a sort of range of, well, some emotions. Can you think of some emotions to chuck in here? Paranoia. That's paranoia and guilt. I suppose they're much the same thing, really. Panic's a good one, and embarrassment. I think you're picking this up from us up here, but boredom, that's one of your own. Now, something... Ecstasy, great. It's getting me excited just to talk about it. I think we've got enough there. So the situation we'd like you to do is a traffic warden giving a ticket to a car, and presumably the car owner. You have traffic wardens in Canada, I dare say?
Oh, yeah, but we don't have cars.
Well, improvise. So make it a horse and cart or whatever you have at the same.
Okay.
So where you go?
Excuse me, madam. Do you realise this is a double yellow line?
Oh,
No parking on double... Oh, you're foreign, are you?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We don't have yellow lines in Canada.
What do you...
Make it panic.
Oh, my God! You're from Canada?
That's right.
Sorry, I didn't realise. My grandfather came from Canada. I didn't mean to insult you. I'm so sorry. Oh,
I can't understand you.
oh, I'm sorry that you got... Why don't you understand me? Oh.
Don't touch my car!
Let's ease into paranoia.
Why don't you want me to touch your car? I wasn't even looking at your car.
You want my car? Everything about you says you want my car. You back off, you little traffic warden monkey.
And another edge into embarrassment.
I'm sorry, but you shouldn't call me a monkey.
Well,
Because I'm not a monkey. I've suddenly gone into Mavis, you wouldn't know it.
well, if
Okay, it's a short step from Mavis to ecstasy to end on. Ecstasy.
I like monkeys. I sort of have a thing for primates.
What say you and me, madam, get in the back of your car and talk bananas?
All right, if you insist. Here, let's crawl in the boot.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, here we are.
Oh.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, Vortsprung dog technique.
Oh.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt there. It's just getting interesting, but there it is. I think 15 points. Now, Sandy and Mike, come on down. I'll give you a situation in just a moment, but let's have some film or theatre styles for this pair. Biblical epic. How did you think of that? Cookery show. Yes, that's good. Prisoner of Cell Block H. Yes, that's a very popular. Oh, yes, they have done it on the stage, actually. Skateboard. No, say it again. Spaghetti Western, but there was a lady at the back. You look very disappointed. School play. Very good, very good. School play. That's lots of enthusiastic suggestions there. So your situation is, please, well, you two are, it's 5 minutes before your daughter's wedding. So that's what you're improvising. Away you go.
Honey, no links. I have no cufflinks. Where are my cufflinks?
Never mind about the cufflinks. Why are you not wearing any trousers?
Oh, my God!
I mean, for goodness sake, I have told you you cannot go buffo up the aisle.
Prisoner on Cell Block H.
Although, Doreen, I think the beard's rather over the top.
I think Warden Joey's gonna like the way I look when I come in for my weekly chat.
Oh, you do you?
Yes.
I like you in that grey chemise.
Sorry, I thought that program was like porridge, not like that at all. Let's move on to a biblical epic.
But woman, hands off my loins!
I take my hands off!
Knowest thou that Jebediah did not sit with Ruth? Yea, he walked until the mighty stone fell.
He shall walk, and I shall stand at the end of the aisle with my daughter, and verily the congregation shall be parted.
Hallelujah!
And we shall walk forward, and I shall say to that groom...
Oh, whoa,
sorry.
Spaghetti. Getting carried away there.
I saw the light, and it just kept going.
No denying inspiration.
How about a spaghetti western?
When I walked down that aisle, with all my jewelry on, cha-chink, cha-chink, cha-chink. Come on, the dress isn't that bad.
All right, switch into school play.
I walk down the aisle, please, miss, I've wet myself.
And I'm the father, and after the wedding, then I get really drunk, and I snog with my aunt behind the cake. Oops, sorry.
How about James Bond movie to end on?
Moneypenny, I'm afraid I'd like to tell you, I'm the man, the best man.
I hardly know what to say, but later on I'll show you my gold finger.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Jolly good. And I'll give you all 007 marks for that. Now we move on to a game called Expert Translation. This is for Denny and Sandy, Denelda and Sadanda. And what we're going to do is Denelda is going to explain something in a foreign language about a foreign country, and Sandy's going to translate. So which foreign country would you like this to be about? Polynesia. Oh, that's a great one. Polynesia. I know nothing about that country, so you'll have to speak to us in Polynesian. Okay, and which aspect of Polynesian life would you like her to talk about?
The drains.
I heard drains before social services. The drains is pretty good, I think, so let's go for drains. Explain the drains, and Sandy will translate for us.
Loka hawi hawa hoi, kumbaya toya.
Evening all.
Tiwapaya doyoya sauluya kia.
Took me forever to get here from Polynesia, and I think it's partly because I swam.
Tiwambalore hoya 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 dori dori dore.
Just outside Dover, I started drowning and going round in little circles.
Wa papoi pakai taya taya kayo.
Anyway, this fabulous gentleman came out and saved me. I said, thanks very much, and the only way I could think of, put my hand straight down his swimming trunks. Really, he was too small to have such a big head. Anyway, it turned out we both were experts on drainage systems.
OK, let's end there. Thank you very much. We got I thought... I think, yes, it's definitely 150 points there for Denelda for the accuracy of her Polynesian, and 1 mark for Sandy for mentioning drains once in the translation. Now we move on to a game called Psychiatrist. This is going to feature Josie Lawrence as a psychiatrist. And what's going to happen is that, first of all, Denny's going to come on, then Mike. Denny's going to come on and sing her symptoms to Josie, the psychiatrist. And Josie will then sing some advice or some cure. This is done with the assistance of Mr. Music himself, Richard Branch. So can we think of something that Denny is scared of that she can sing about? Sorry? Peanut butter. That's good, because I'm scared of that myself. Peanut butter, a very ordinary, perfectly normal thing to be scared of, and I'd like to hear what the cure is. So away you go. Right.
Doctor, I have something that I dread. I can't have peanut butter put on my bread. It's on the top, yeah, it goes from north to south. But when I eat it, you see, I can't use my mouth.
Oh, I understand your problem. Whenever you get the munchies, you always use this smooth peanut butter when you ought to be using the crunchies. Oh, but don't worry. Don't get yourself in a rut. We have lots of mad people like you here. You are just a peanut.
Very good. Yes, very good. So let's move on to Mike McShane. It's Mike McShane's musical consultation now. So what's he obsessed by or in love with? Easter bunnies. You love Easter bunnies. Well, that's, depending when the show goes out, that could almost be topical. But so away you go. You're obsessed with, you're in love with Easter bunnies.
Think about eggs, think about eggs, think about eggs all day. I hop and skip and hop whenever I want to play. I go to bed, I roll over, I look at the back of my tail. It's furry and fuzzy, what can I do? I'm gonna wind up in jail.
I think you are definitely going funny. It's because you are in love with all these Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
What can you do? You feed me all this junk. You know what rabbits do a lot, or yes, say they're just bunk. So what you need to do is go away and try to break the habit. Never look at an Easter egg and stay away from the rabbit.
Very good. OK. School's away. It's going to take me quite some time of quiet contemplation to work out the scoring for that round. While I do that, you'll take a break. See you after that. Bye. And scoring points that last game based on audience appreciation, 1 point each. Now we come to a game called Props. They break into 2 pairs for this. Mike and Denny, you're the first pair. And I'm going to give you this item, and you have to come up with as many different ways of using that rather dull-looking prop so far, but I'm sure you'll do something with it. And Sandy and Josie, this is your one. I don't know what that can be. Anyway, away you go, starting with you, Mike and Denelda.
Doctor, my tongue is coated.
He must have been a very unusual husband.
Yes, he was Finnish.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not live next door.
double bubble, toil and trouble. I have made you the ugliest woman in the world.
Bar one.
Ebenezer Scrooge, look upon this tombstone. What name does it say?
Yours.
Oh.
Which way's Olympus?
Near, on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
It ain't you, babe.
Princess of Eight, Princess of Eight.
Well, let's end there. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Rather bizarre. All right. Well, those are props, and I'd be cruel to mark that any less than 15, so I'll give them 12. Now we come to a game called Song Styles. This is going to be done with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano and other musical instruments. And can we have Josie on first? So Josie's going to make up a song on the spot about, well, can you give me a suggestion? An object you might find in an office. A stapler. OK, so stapler and a style of singing, please. Irish jig. Is that a recognisable style? Must be, yes. So you can do it in English, I'd have thought, or Irish. Oh, you've even got an Irish jig player there. Where you go, it's about a stapler. Where you go, Josie.
Come listen to my story, I'll tell it now to you. It goes like this and I'll sing it right through. It is about a woman and nothing could placate her unless she was a-sitting upon a stapler. With a hey nonny no and a hey nonny no and a niggity niggity yay. And a staple here and a staple there and a stapling all away.
Excellent, excellent. Oh dear. That's going to get 93 points. But now let's move on to Mike McShane, still singing about a stapler. But can we have a different song style for him? Soul. Soul, is that a nice style? Yeah, for stapler, why not? Yes, I do soul.
Oh, baby, I work in the office all day. I see you sitting there, working so hard for so little pay. I just want to give you something to prove how much my love means to you. Here's a stapler from me to you. Oh, let me hold all the documents in your hand you work with all the time. Let me give it a squeeze, a clinch, a clamp. Oh, makes me feel fine. When I'm done with this stapler, you may think that I'm a groover, but wait till you see my staple remover.
Okay, thank you very much. Excellent. Excellent, yes. Yes. Well, 114 points all round there. Now we come to a game called News Report. Now, in this, Sandy is going to be a presenter of a television programme. And with her is Mike, an expert in the studio. So if you can get set up with your stools there. Denny is going to be out on the road as a reporter, and she'll be interviewing Josie, who'll be anybody who needs interviewing. But they're going to be reporting on, doing a programme on a nursery rhyme. Okay, so you can suggest a nursery rhyme. Little Bo Peep, that's fine. All familiar with Little Bo Peep, I hope. So we'll start with Sandy introducing her expert and see how it goes. Where you go.
Good evening and welcome to Nook and Cranny News, as we ask you to crook your necks into our nannies and see what's up. Yes, it's tremendously exciting. We've got hot news. We're going live. It's true about Little Bo Peep. She's lost the sheep. Let's go over to our expert in the studio, John Boffin. So, John, pretty serious stuff.
Thank you, Terry. She's lost her sheep and she does not know where to find them. They've been reported on the A40, wandering in a large pack, causing traffic jams.
Sorry, John, now what are the social implications for this A40 going to come to a complete standstill?
Well, the Ovine Coalition movement is kind of on a communique right now saying that the the sheep are protesting from a
I'm
treatment.
interrupting you there. We're getting a live report at the moment from Cynthia, pretty but not very bright, out in the field. She's there with one of the protesting sheep.
What? How do you like being a sheep? I think it's bloody awful. We hate having Bo Peep as our boss. We think she's a real bastard.
OK, let me just take it back to you, John, there. Pretty much in-depth reporting, very exciting. What's your reaction?
I think that it's an actual movement by the English sheep to cross to Normandy and set fire to French shepherds.
I'm sorry. I think Cynthia has actually got with her live, ladies and gentlemen, little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep, what is this? How do you feel at this moment?
I feel really upset. They've been following me around for years and I've always treated them properly. I never said lamb cutlet once. And now they suddenly go away.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for in this news flash. Exciting stuff. We'll be back if any more developments happen. Don't let anyone put the wool over your eyes. Stay with us here at CTV. Thank you very much.
Very good. Jolly good. That was quite an epic, that one. So I think it'll be 49 points to everyone. So let's move on to a game called Alphabet, and this features Sandy and Josie, if you'd like to come down. Going to give them a little scene to improvise in. The only little thing about this, they have to start the first sentence with the letter A, and then the second sentence with the letter B, and so on throughout the alphabet. OK, so I'll give you a scene now. And the scene is your two people, and one of them's encouraging the other to take a parachute jump. OK? Starting with letter A.
OK. All right, are you ready?
But there's one thing I haven't told you.
Cool, what?
Don't want to do it.
Every time we go anywhere, you always say you don't want to do it.
Flipping heck, don't shout at me.
Good grief, we never do anything interesting. I wish I'd thought of that.
Joking apart, I'm ready.
Know what?
Let me know. What?
My parachute's bigger than your parachute.
No.
Oh, yes.
Perhaps that's because you got a big bum.
Queen's Regiment are taking us up.
Ripping fellows, those soldiers.
So, you're not nervous or anything?
Touchy, but not nervous, just touchy.
Under the wing is a very bad place to land.
Very, very bad, so I've heard.
Well, you could end up in hospital.
X-rays, I'm scared of X-rays.
Yes, it could be very serious.
Zoo, look, zoo.
OK, thank you very much. Pure magic, or do I mean agony? Anyway, I'll give you 92 or 93 points, whichever comes first. Now we come to a game called Gospel. This features all four contestants. I'd like to get into position. In fact, can I line you up? Josie, Denny, Sandy and Mike at the other end there. And what they're going to do, with the assistance of Richard Vranch on the piano, they're going to make up a gospel song, but about something that somebody's going to suggest. So can you suggest a hobby that you'd like it about? Woodwork. Woodwork. That's OK? Woodwork, carpentry, that sort of thing. And with the gospel with Richard. Where you go.
Just like Jesus is dead, I'll no more be a sinner.
together, brothers and sisters. We're going to say, I am a piece of wood. Are you ready, brothers and sisters? I am a piece of wood. And therefore, I won't sing, although maybe I could.
Satan is a mighty oak, and I'm a beaver. I'll live away in sin all day. I'm a long-toothed, furry believer. I don't care where I am. I dig the good goddamn. I'm building goddamn all day. Building goddamn all day.
You're gonna build
God's damn all day.
Excellent. Excellent. That's okay. Excellent. That was, in fact, the last game, and totaling up the points, I see. Oh yes, Sandy Togsvig is this week's winner. So well done, Sandy. The prize for winning is to read the credits in a style of my choosing, and I'd like Sandy to do that in the style of a headmistress. OK, so it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Josie Lawrence, Danelda Williams, Sandy Togsvig, Richard Ranch, the pianist, me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Oh, be quiet, class, please. Don't clap when I'm trying to do the credits. Now, really. Now, it starred Clive Anderson. I thought it was very poor the way he picked his nose during the important bits. Title music by Philip Pope. We've got a lot of hopes for Philip. I think he's going to be Pope one day. Vision mixer, Martin Coates. I wish you'd worn your glasses, Martin. I have told you when you're vision mixing, it's a... Oh, hello, costume designer Joe Thompson. Lovely way with the needle you've got there, Joe. I'm very proud of you. Production secretary, winning the Production Secretary Cup this week, actually, Karen Jackson. Production manager, Avon Hupley. All right, Avon. Lovely little girl. Executive producer, Denise O'Donoghue, who shall never get anywhere, I'm afraid, that girl.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show, which tonight features Britain's favourite American, Mike McShane, then London's funniest suburb, Paul Merton, next this show's most worried newcomer, Steve Steen, and finally his long-term performing partner, Jim Sweeney. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, all right, OK, we got it. We've got a lot to get through tonight. Now, the first game we play is called Film and Theatre Styles. They're breaking into 2 pairs of 2 for this. Steve and Jim, first of all, can you come down? I'll give you a situation to act in just a moment. First of all, can we have some theatrical or filmic styles for them to break into? Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, yes, that's a good start. Any more? Sorry?
TV game show.
TV game show? Well, they're in that. Sorry? Ealing comedy. Yeah, any more from... And there's a satirical one, TV advert there, because you're in most of them. So let's do your situation, which is one of you is interviewing a suspect at the scene of a crime. OK? No style at first, and then I'll give you some.
Come on, crack, George. I know you've done this job. You've got blood all over your hands.
Yeah, well, of course I got blood all over my hands.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I worked down a slaughterhouse, didn't I? Most of the day, and that's what I was doing.
You got an axe in your back pocket, George.
Yeah, well, it's been very cold these days, and the cows, I mean, they kind of get through the meat.
OK, TV game show.
OK, they get through meat. What else was there? Meat?
There was meat, there was bones. There was bones, there was gristle. There was gristle.
Gristle, there was gristle.
There was a lot of blood. There was a tail, there were giblets.
OK. Let's make it easy for you then. Gilbert and Sullivan.
I fully suspect you did this crime. I know you did it, son. Yes, you're the only one. Yes, you are definitely the only one. You killed this man and several others, including 2 of my brothers. I'm taking you down to the nick because you make me sick.
OK, all right, let's do a...
I thought I'd save the voice on that one.
Yes. What for, though? It's TV advert.
Hello, George.
Yes.
Oh, look at all that blood on your hands. How are you going to get that off?
I don't know, you know. And the worst part of it, I've got this blunt axe as well. Just what am I going to do?
Well, we can help you with new. Clean the blood off and sharpen up the axo.
God!
OK, let's end there. You can get off now, you scallywags. Yes. I think that's quite the best film and theatre styles you've done tonight, so that's 52 points each. Now with Mike and Paul, one for you in a second. Any more styles for them, please?
Newsreels.
There was newsreels and I think porno, actually, which is, for Mike and Paul, an odd combination for that, but some people have odd tastes. Public information film, that was very clearly. 3D, oh, that's a great one. Carry on, just... All right, I'm carrying on, just a minute. I'm throwing in one because there's one I'm dying to see Mike do, it's a Roman epic. So, now, what's your situation? You're giving each other presents, and away you go.
And this is for you.
Oh, man, this is great. Thank you. And this is for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Well, it's been great, and you deserve the best. So
well, that's wonderful. Oh, it's...
I may regret this. Porno.
Does it come with a pump? Oh, there's one here.
Exactly. Let me put on a lace teddy. So nice.
Oh, she's lovely.
You take her from the front? She's huge, isn't
Oh, yes,
she?
she's massive. Yes. Does it come with batteries?
I don't want to see that. Let's go into a 3D film.
Here, turn her towards the front.
Oh, wow! Blimey! They're massive! I'm going to have another look at those, I think.
OK, let's do a Roman epic.
Scrotus elongatus. Yes. Is this your wench you've taken from the Carpathians?
This is the wench indeed. She is mine and mine alone.
Nay, I will have her. I, Testiculus Mongodanus, will enjoy her.
Well, all right then, but I reserve the right to have her for bank holiday weekends.
I will have her on...
All right, let's end on a public information film.
Now, remember, bank holiday weekends are very dangerous if you're out driving in a car. So if you are going to go out driving, why not leave the car at home?
And if you plan on spending those bank holiday weekends with a huge inflatable love monkey doll, make sure that you have an adequate amount of lubrication and you keep both hands on the wheel.
OK, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's end there. Well, I don't know. Let's give 19 points to that. Now let's do a game called News Report. It's quite a complicated game, but it features Jim and Mike as presenter and expert. You've got to pretend you're in a television studio. Shouldn't be too difficult, I wouldn't have thought. And then Paul, you're over there as a reporter. And Steve, you're with him, and you've got to play any of the parts that should crop up in this programme. What we've set up here is a news programme, but we want to make it about a nursery rhyme. This is a topic this news programme is dealing with. So can you think of a nursery rhyme like Humpty Dumpty, Little Bo Peep?
Baa Baa Black Sheep.
Baa Baa Black Sheep? No, I'm quite happy with Baa Baa Black Sheep. Anyway, when the news report music starts, then begin the improvisation.
Good evening, Dave Smug with News Report, and a flash item just come through. Apparently, yes, 3 bags of wool, sir. What do you think about this, Dave? They're out there now. You know a lot about sheep. What do you think's going on?
I think it's the work of the famous Baa Baa Black Sheep. The black sheep from terrorizing the counties all over the United Kingdom. He's been leaving 3 bags of wool for people indiscriminately and causing much terror for people who don't like cardigan sweaters.
Well, thanks so much. You're lucky enough to have our roving reporter, Paul Merton, out there. Paul, I believe you have the little boy who lives down the lane with you.
Little boy, were you surprised to find yourself a recipient of one of these bags of wool?
Are you my daddy?
Back to you in the studio.
Well, an interesting turn up there. This has never happened before. Do you think there is going to be more wool in the market?
I think there's one for the master, one for the dame, and one for that little squirt who lives down the lane.
Fair enough. I'll go back to you now, Paul. I believe you have one of the sheep with you.
Yes. What exactly is the reason behind giving this wool to the master, the dame, and a little boy down the lane?
Well, quite frankly, we see it as something that we've got to do from time to time. There's obviously a lot of people out there who are shivering in this kind of weather. Let's face it, the black sheep produce far more wool than any other sheep. It's up to them to kind of help the community. That's what we feel.
Back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks so much, everybody here. Well, there we are then. 3 bags full, sir. Join us tomorrow. Little Miss Muffet, The Spider's Viewpoint. Good night.
OK, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, 3 bags of points to everybody on that one. Now we go into a game called Translation. This is going to feature Steve Steen. He's going to lecture us in the language of a foreign country, and to help us out, Paul is going to translate it into English for us. So, which country would you like this to be set in? Albania. Albania. OK, that's Albania. Always a popular country to have lectures about. And which aspect of Albanian life would we like described?
Shopping.
Clive Anderson. There's nobody called Clive Anderson.
Television we had.
Television? You happy with television? Just because you happen to know the Albanian for television, you're cheating this one. OK, so describe Albanian television. Where you go, Steve?
Good
evening, everybody. I'm very pleased to be here in your wonderful country. How can I best describe to you the wonders of Albanian television? It's rubbish.
But when
I say it's rubbish, let me be a bit more specific than that. It's more than rubbish. It's crap. Oh, I can hear you say, throwing your arms up in amazement. Surely Albanian television is as bad as that. Well, let me tell you, we have Postman Pat on every night at 6:30 in the evening. But because of several cutbacks... it's good idea. Postman Pat isn't even in it. But what else can I tell you? Oh.
It's
We do get quite a lot of Shirley Bassey.
OK, let's end there. Thank you very much. Very good. Yes. Right. I rather like the sound of Albanian television. At least it didn't have Beatles about in it. Now let's do a game called Musical Film Review. And Paul Merton's going to get this stool here and sit on it. And he's going to describe a musical, and the other three are going to act it out or sing it out with the assistance of Richard Vranch, our resident Mr. Music. Well, our resident Mr. Vranch. But to give the basic plot of it, I'm going to find the summary of the plot of a film in the very excellent Halliwell's Film Guide. But if I'll just flick through here, you say stop, I'll select one from that page. All right, I've stopped already. Yeah, this is a complicated one. It's called The First Man into Space. The plot of it is this. An astronaut runs into a cloud of meteor dust and returns to Earth a vampirish killer. That's sort of plot B, really, isn't it? So away you go. If you describe a couple of scenes, and they'll sing them out.
The First Man in Space is a wonderful movie. It begins with a meteorite shower that splashes all the way through this spaceship and turns the man inside into a singing, whirling dervish.
I'll go ahead and check the front of the cockpit, guys. Oh, my God. Visors down! Safety visors down! Shields up! We have a meteor shower coming in! Quick! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! They're coming, millions of meteors. They're coming so fast and furious. They're coming, some are green, some are yellow, some are simply curious. They're ripping through the spaceship. 1, 2, 3, they're breaking apart. And now, they've hit me. I'm changing. I feel something strange happening in my heart.
Meanwhile, back at Earth Control, the two scientists whose idea it was to send this man into space are rather worried about what the messages they're getting over the radio, and they decide to sing their doubts to each other.
Let me tell you, I'm kind of worried about old George buried. He's up there among those rocks. Hey, did you know he was wearing odd socks? You know that if he gets those strange hunger pangs, I'm kind of worried that he might grow fangs. And some poor guy's gonna get it in the neck. Let's call him back. Oh, what the heck?
But he arrives back on Earth, and as he emerges from the spaceship, he bites each one of them in the neck. They sing a song before they die, and the vampire realises he cannot breathe the oxygen on Earth, and he dies after he's killed them as well. But not before he finishes the big finale of the musical, which is a wonderful song to behold.
Yes. A bit simple, that, Paul, but there...
Look, the door's opening. He's coming out.
Ah. Oh, my God. Oh, no, George. Hang on there a minute.
Oh. I'm going fast. I'm going now. And please say goodbye to my old cow. You know, I really love that heifer. Please tell me she'll get better.
Take care of George. Look after him.
I know it isn't a terrible sin.
He drained me now of all my blood. And I'm gonna fall face down in the mud.
Oh, George, that was so nice. Don't do it once, why don't you do it twice? When you bite me in the neck, it makes me feel so fine. Time for me to die, time for me to die, time for me to die, time for me to die.
I've killed them all, they are dead. And I've got a funny feeling in my head. I can't stand it here. It really sucks, this atmosphere. So I'll die. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Okay, right. Thank you very much. Thank you. And while I work out the points, that rather interesting round, we'll take a break. See you after that. Bye. Right, yes, 19 points over from that last game. You come back just in time to join us for the next game, luckily enough, and it's a game called Props. They break into 2 pairs of 2 for this. First of all, Mike and Paul. I should have a large item to give you. There it is. It's quite heavy. Can you think of as many ways you can of using this item? Thank you very much. Yes, and Steve and Jim, there's one for you here, which is a little easier. And don't throw it away afterwards. I'd like to take that home with me. Now we'll buzz between the 2 pairs, starting with you, Mike and Paul.
Thank you for coming to the Royal Alps Hotel. I'll just get your cab for you.
I think this spaghetti was too long in the microwave.
Say that again.
You're a deaf prat!
So what do you think of my spotting?
Oh, are you wearing it?
Yeah, I'm the evil dragon. The maid's over there. Get off my tail, bub! Ow!
Well, I told you I was natural.
Right, if you just roll your sleeve up, I'll give you a tetanus jab.
What do you mean, unsightly body hair?
Hello, do you see any Ku Klux Klan people go by us?
Okay, thank you very much. Let's end there on that unpleasant note. Thank you. Jolly good. Thank you. Right. Right. Dear. That has to go back to his master's voice. Now we move on to another game called Helping Hands. Paul Merton, this is for you to act along with Jim, but to make it easy for Jim, he's not going to have to use his own hands. He'll be using Steve's hands, which will be thrust through his armpits. If you get into the position there, makes sense. Now, the little scene I'd like you to act out, please, Paul, is you're trying to get through customs, and you meet this rather interesting customs officer, and away you go.
Just hold on there, sir.
Yes.
What's in the bag?
Oh, nothing.
Let's have it up here, if that mind. Mind you open the bag for me, sir?
Yes, there we are.
Did you pack the bag yourself?
Yes, I did. I packed the bag myself, yeah.
Let's just have a look through here, then.
Yeah.
Oh, these yours, sir?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, yeah.
You like Mickey Mouse boxer shorts, do you, sir?
Yeah.
Very amusing, sir. Very amusing. What else you got? Hello. This yours, sir?
Yes, it's only for my own personal use, you understand?
Yes, I see. It's
it's
very nice.
Yeah, it's
I wish I had one myself, actually, but...
It's an elastic cigar.
I used to have one, but I haven't got it anymore. There we are. There we are. Now, let's have a look. Oh, I see. Hang about, sir. There's some traces of a white substance on you, sir.
Ah.
You've been using E-knives, have you, sir?
Yes, I am, I'm afraid. Yes, that was what the chemist recommended. Well, don't use all of it, will you? Promise some for the kids.
OK, what else you got in the bag?
Well, there's...
Come on, have a good day. Well, a lot of people trying to get through customs. You're a very busy man, very busy man. Very busy. Lots of people to see coming through here today. You've got time to stand here with your bag all day. Come on. Oh, dear. Yes, come on. Open up that bag, come on. Come on, walk.
Oh, let's end there. That's really good. Thank you. Very good. Right. Oh, dear. Yes, 150 points to each side there, which Jim and Steve have to divide between them, obviously. Now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This is going to feature Paul Merton as the host of a party. All the others are going to be guests, and if they look at the envelopes in front of them, each of them has been allocated a strange way of behaving, or quirk, and they've got to improvise those in such a way that Paul's going to guess them. And if Paul comes down, get ready for the party. If you others could queue up round there, ready to come in the order Steve, Jim, Mike, and I'll ring a doorbell noise to indicate when a next guest is arriving. Paul, you're obviously well versed at doing parties. Anyway, oh, let's get a guest on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. How are you?
I'm early for the party then, am I?
Yes, just slightly, but not too early.
Not too early? Great, great. So I can...
Make yourself at home.
Make yourself at home, yeah, right. Well, that's fantastic then.
Yes, it is
fantastic. Have you got any music on?
Yes, I've got some Dire Straits.
Dire Straits, all right, I love him.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Are they?
Yeah, lovely.
Hello?
Oh, blimey, only a tenner. Could have sworn it opened the other way. How you going, all right? Look at that red carpet, there's another tenner. I could have believed it was blue.
Really?
How you doing? I bet you're a plumber.
No, you got it absolutely wrong.
Here's
Never
another
mind.
tenner then.
Thank you.
I bet you got some twiglets, though.
I haven't, no, I've run out of twiglets.
Here's another tenner. What do you know, eh?
I'm glad I came.
Oh, do you?
I knew you were going to say that. Owe me a tenner.
I'm making a few bob tonight. It makes a change.
Does it? That's nice.
Any guesses yet?
Any guesses yet? No, not really.
No,
oh, hello.
Hey, it's got to be a great party today. How you doing, Paul?
I'm all right.
Really
How are
good
you?
to see you? It's been a great party all season. You've had
Yes.
a great time with
Yes.
everything. But this is the big party, right?
It is. Yes, you're a sports commentator, aren't you?
Yes, quite correct. Yes, very good. What about the other two?
I bet you watched these in Fairy, didn't you?
Oh, you're an inveterate gambler.
Yeah,
you are, yes.
compulsive gambler, very good indeed. Got 10 seconds to get
I've been
Steve.
listening to your record. None of those words rhyme.
Don't they? Are you tone deaf or?
That's close enough.
He's doing me.
Yes, he's doing you. Yes, right. Yeah. I knew you'd enjoy that one, Paul. I'll give Paul 55 points and exactly the same number of points to Steve because they were so alike. Now we come to a musical round which is going to be done with the assistance of Richard Branch at the piano, and all four contestants would like to come down. They're going to make up a march on the spot about somebody's hobby here. Can somebody suggest a nice... Collecting typewriters. My, what a strange audience we have tonight. OK, collecting typewriters, that's a particularly difficult theme, I'd have thought, for a march, but I'm in that sort of cruel mood tonight. Me and the weirdo in the front of the audience there. It's starting, I'm afraid, with you, Jim. So you can use up all the rhymes for typewriters. Away you go.
A tippity-tap, a bashing the space key. Typewriting for every day, that's what I do, that's me. Typewriting's great, it's absolutely the best thing in the world. Now I know that I'm really not going to find a rhyme.
150 typewriters I play upon with ease. 150 typewriters, all with the bloody same keys. Now what do you make of that, I say, and when I put in the paper? I often wish I changed my mind to become a nice little draper.
I'm a bit of a lover, I'm not a fighter, that's why I love the old typewriter. I'm a messy eater, I have food, and when I do, I spill it down the front of myself. And that's why, when I'm sort of getting carried away with things, I want a bib on, and my favourite part of the typewriter is the ribbon.
Shift, space, shift, space, shift, space, shift, space. I'm an instructor of typewriters. I make sure they do a good job. I take the common man, I give him the typing plan, and I make him a fancy typing job. I've got millions of typewriters in my building.
Some are German, some are French, and some are Yank. When I have them work on their exercises upon the typewriter, I have them spell out the word wank.
Right then there, thank you very much. Thank you. And very good, and that was in fact the last game we're playing, and totaling up the points, I see that Steve Steen is this week's winner. So well done, Steve. The prize for winning is to do the credits in the style of my choosing. I like to do in the style of Jimmy Savile, please. So just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Paul Merton, Steve Steen, Jim Sweeney, Richard Branch, the pianist, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Oh, goodness me. That was to say. Dan Patterson there, say, with Clive Anderson and Jim Sweeney, Steve Steen, Mike McShane, a whole bunch of people who wrote into the programme, wanted to become stars. Sadly, unfortunately, couldn't do that for them. Goodness me. Now, there's young Peter Bevan there, wanders down the studio floor, waving his hands all about. Goodness me. What a lovely lad he is. What a lovely lad. Now then. We got young Maria Britton. She's a researcher on the programme, asks kind of probing, searching questions, like what I used to do, don't you know there? Now, goodness me. And there goes Dan Patterson, producer of the programme. Ta-ta.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And ad-liberating themselves tonight, we have, first of all, from San Francisco, stand-up comedian Greg Proops. From the Comedy Store Players, sit-down comedian Josie Lawrence. From Saturday Night at the Movies and another rather more obscure television programme, low-down comedian Tony Slattery. And from Who Knows Where, the Can't Put Him Down comedian and one-man RSC, John Sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. We're going to start with a game called Film and Theatre Styles. I'm going to divide into pairs for this, starting off first of all with Josie and Greg. So I'd like to come forward, Josie and Greg. I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in just a moment. But we'd like some film or theatre styles suggested, please, by somebody in the audience. Have you got any? Home movie. Home movie and Flintstones. They're a very popular suggestion we get, I think, every week. But can we move on to... any more from around here? Burlesque. And what was that one? Robin of Sherwood. Any more from this? Phil Silvers. 60s Batman. Right. I think we've got masses there. So I have to give you a situation, won't I? And the situation is you're arguing over the bathroom. Arguing over the state of the bathroom. OK?
What's this ring? What's this ring around the bath?
This hair was on my toothbrush. It's one of yours.
Yes, but a little more curly. But...
Let's go into Flintstones.
Because I want to bathe Pebbles now, and the bathroom's just too dirty,
Oh,
Frank.
keep your bone in your hair. I'll get the ring off. I've been fighting Tyrannosauruses all day, even though they died millions of years before this show takes place.
Well, I want it clean right now.
Oh, I guess you think you married Mr. Clean Dinosaur Tony Rock, reference to the Middle Ages head.
Yes.
Robin of Sherwood.
Oh, Big John, Little John, where is Friar Tuck? He must have been the one that left all this mess. Why, look at the toothpaste. It has been squeezed and eaten.
You've never called me Little John before.
Home movie.
Oh, this is us in the bar. Uncle, the us in the bathroom.
It's all dirty.
Us in the bathroom.
It's all
He's
dirty.
over there.
It's
dirty.
dirty. Don't.
Naughty boy. Naughty.
I'll clean it.
Okay. And perhaps end on burlesque.
These your panties?
Yes, they are. I was just about to put them on and walk around the tiles all sexy.
Thank you very much. Burlesque is just like Burr Lives, only funnier. Anyway, right, I say 9 points each for you there on that one. And we move along to John and Tony, if you step forward. So we need a few more suggestions, please, of... Farce, OK.
1960s Michael Caine film.
1960s Michael Caine. Shakespeare, right? Shakespeare.
James Bond.
Children's television James Bond. I think that'll have to be a combined one, I think.
Bearded collie.
Bearded collie. Do you mean one man and his dog? Or just came out as gibberish, that's all. I don't know, bearded collie. Why shouldn't there be a film style called Bearded Collie? OK, so I'll give you a situation. You're at a pawnbroker's. One of you is the pawnbroker, the other obviously is the pawnbroker. And away you go, and I'll give you some styles in a moment.
What have you got for me, sir?
Well, I'm...
That's not an invitation for sex.
Oh. You're not Jewish. Crazy. Anyway,
How could you tell?
Well, I'm from Fulham, and I'm just very patronising and vulgar that way. Listen, tell you what, I've just come in here for a look, because I'm actually so rich, I don't want to give anything away at all, because I've got lots of money. So bugger off.
Shakespeare.
Faith, my liege. You'd want to pawn no higher than a Coscombe's French tailor's balls. I warrant, my liege, no doubt.
Not I, nuncle. For faith, when the biscuit wife hath quoted all, quoth she, and then the coitus forgot.
Oh, my liege, hey, nonny, what a dull git of a clown.
1960s Michael Caine.
You're out again, Jack. Show the depth of the shot, Jack. Move up to the camera. You'll be back in.
I think you know why I'm here.
You've got a poplin shirt on, drip dry. It's going to be out of date in 20 years' time.
Oh, shut up! You know I went over to the other side. It was to sell... You know.
You know what you're selling. You're in a dirty cafe somewhere in Wandsworth.
Why is it so different now?
Bearded collie.
Hello, I'm Bearded Colin. I'm Bearded Collie. My real name's Colin, but I've got a beard and I think Cole's a bit boring. And this is me Collie. Collie with his collie.
James Bond. James Bond.
Not so fast, Mr. so-called pawnbroker.
Oh, I can't do that.
You can do it if you like, but it won't help you escape.
No, that's right, Mr. Bond. Thank you for reminding me. We are in a pawnbroker's, aren't we? You've noticed that I have no tie on. I've got one of those sort of Chinesey, done-up tight jackets that Charles Grey wears.
Let the girl...
I'm not Blofeld. I'm not Blofeld. I'm just somebody with a lot of black hair combed back, and because I'm Chinese, I could be killed off very early.
You think you're the villain? Well, you're not.
Hang on a minute. I didn't know that Johnny Morris was in this film.
Thank you very much. Let's end on that. We'll end on that high note of intelligent comedy. 3 points each. Now we come to a round called Song Styles. This features Josie with the assistance of Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. In fact, he's the Comedy Store piano player. And so has anyone got an object that they can suggest? An everyday, ordinary object? A fish slice. OK, a fish slice. But you've got to also suggest, please, a style for Josie to sing about a fish slice in.
Love song.
A love song? Well, a bit more specific than that.
Hip-hop.
Sorry?
I don't even know.
A ballady love song? Will you settle for that?
Acid
Oh,
house.
all right. A love song, but in a ballad form, that'll be fine. About a fish slice, Josie.
All on my own. Life's not been good, but with you I feel so nice. A blade of metal and a handle of wood. You are my very own fish slice. I love you, down to my very bones. When you bone out the fish, it my only wish that you're gonna stay a slicer and be nicer to me.
Well done, Josie. I could do that if only I had the time. Now we go on to the next round, which is called the World's Worst, involving all 4 people. So if you'd like to step forward on the World's Worst step, and they've got to pretend to be the world's worst person, world's worst people to be arriving at a party. Any old order. I'll buzz when I've got the idea of what you've done. So where you go.
Hello, this is a fancy dress party. I've come as Charles Manson.
God, you must have given me the wrong address. It took me 3.5 hours to find the place.
Sorry I'm late. I've just been to my solicitors. Do you know my mortgage rate? I've just written, hi, Jack.
Rocky Mountain High and
Here's a good one, here's a good one. Do you want to see my impersonation of an elephant? Here goes. That's the first one.
Shut up, everybody! How can you be enjoying yourself when there's a hole in the ozone?
Hey, I think I ran over your German Shepherd outside.
Red and white check tablecloths. Peanuts. Common, I think.
And that is a funny party trick. Who's got a lighter? Here.
Hey, everybody, now the party can start. Mr. Swingin' Good Times is here.
Oh, what you mean? It's a dinner party, not a party. Never mind, I brought the rest of the 1830 club with me.
What do you mean it's not a 21st party for lovers of iron rock?
That didn't work, did it?
We like that sort of person.
Everybody, my cassette of Shakespearean sonnets has just come out. Where's the tape recorder?
I just gathered you all here to say that because of me, you've all got gonorrhea!
OK, thank you very much. That's ended there. That's a fine selection. Fine selection of World's Worst. While I work out the points for that round, we have a break, so make yourself a cup of tea or sit around being sold things. See you after the break. Bye. With the exciting news that no points at all have been awarded for that last game, we now move on to a game called Rap. This features all 4 contestants. If you'd like to come forward ready for this rap, we're going to start with John, work along the line, and they're going to just break into a rap with the help of a drum beat, but make up the rap about some general topic. Could somebody suggest a nice general topic for them to improvise?
Cricket.
The England cricket team.
The England cricket team. No, we want a longer rap than that. I heard dental hygiene. That seems to be fairly... dental hygiene, so that gives you quite a lot. When the drum beat starts, start with you, John.
Gotta floss those teeth, gotta floss those teeth. Go round inside, go down underneath. Go round on the top, go back to the bottom, and then you're just peculiar.
Paul Daniels Magic Show, Terry and June, Sky Television. Oh, no, I thought it was crap. It's rap. Sorry. I love dentists. I love them every day. I love them in lots of special ways. I love my hygienist. He is great. I want him to have my baby. I want him to be my mate. Hey!
Come on, dentist, get off of my back. I want you to scrape away my plaque. Come on now and hear me sing. I want you to make my mouth a bright thing. Do the bright thing.
Yo, I'm your dentist, I'm Dr. Gain. I'm here to cause you a massive amount of pain. Sit down in the chair, I'll pull on your hair and drill right down to your underwear.
Thank you. A very good... That's it. A very good rap there. Yeah. That's definitely the best rap we've done this series, so let's give it 49 points each. Very good. I think with the bonus points to Josie and Greg there for remembering the form. Extra 9 points. So now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This features the not inconsiderable talents of Tony Slattery, pretending to be the host of a party. All the others will be the guests at a party, being allocated a particular type of quirk or tray. These have been suggested by members of the studio audience. So, Tony, if you'd like to come down and start improvising a party, the others go over there ready to come in as I ring the doorbell. Idea is for Tony to guess what these quirks or trays are. So where you go, Tony, start improvising.
I am so nervous about this party, I'm going to slip my wrist. Only joking, that's the extent of my nerves. That'll be the first guest. Hello, Greg.
Hello,
Hi.
Tony.
Hi.
Wonderful to see you.
Thank you.
I brought some 3-in-1 oil. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, let's go upstairs to the bedroom then.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that nervous tick's not getting any better, is it?
No, it certainly isn't.
No. God, you're Mr. Personality. Go and have some food or something, or some drinks.
Oh, your CD player's broken. Here, I'll fix it.
What did you do?
Just a little trick I learned in school. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, what a charming smile. Hello, Josie, how are you?
Hello, Tony. Hey, say, you don't need these alcoholic drinks to get high. All you have to do is think nice thoughts and you can be up there.
Up where?
Up anything you like. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, well, I'll come back to you on that one and maybe we'll go
Is
up...
Wendy going to be here?
In a moment. Hello, John, come in.
Hello. Oh, I see that you've still got one of those things for keeping the radio times in with the little white ping pong things on the end.
Yes, I bought it, specially for Lou. For Lou? No, for the Lou. For the Lou I bought it.
Hey, I've got some spots at the moment. It's the way people always get spots when they wear paisley shirts.
Oh, well, he seems to be able to do it. Could the android help you? Could the robot help you?
Android, yes, very good.
I don't know. But,
spot Josie while you're about it.
Hello? Hello, do you know I've never been to a party like this before?
Yes.
With so many old people.
Well, I'm not really old. I've got a friend called Hank and...
Yes. Peter, I want to talk to John alone. Would you mind going?
Yes, well done.
John.
Well done, Tony.
You know, I think there's a terrible image about what I've been doing before. Everybody around me was getting dirty and filthy and, you know, long hair and spots and things. And I always change my trousers and everything and, you know...
Are you Carol Channing at all?
Well, a great band.
You've got 10 seconds to guess what.
I used to do a great triangular dance. There was Bruce and Hank and me, you know.
Oh, you're one of the shadows. You're Cliff Richard.
I'm just the 1960s pop musician, but I won't confuse you.
Well, OK, we'll give you that.
Thank you.
I think you recovered very well there, Tony, from a bad start to a bad finish. But I think, yes, 99 points everywhere there. Very interesting round. Now we're going to a round for John Sessions only. He's going to improvise an advertisement for us. So if you'd like to step forward, John. And can we have a suggestion for, you know, good, solid sort of product that might be going on the market?
Hair gel.
Hair gel.
Colostomy bag.
Yeah. You've really got the essence of British humour there, haven't you? There's something more marketable than that. Odor eaters. I think that's sort of as a compromise between bad taste and broadcastability. So odor eaters, John, but you've got to advertise it to the sound of this music.
Okay. Hello, Wilkinson. Is this your first time in church? Yes, it is, Father. Oh, it's that sort of music. Do you know what it is to be a Catholic boy? I don't know. The new film by Pat O'Connor, Kill, all about a young lad who wants to have clean feet, starring an old guy with stubble. You want clean feet in this part of Ireland? You go back to the devil. You have clean feet in that part of Ireland. You go to hell. What am I going to do, Father? I got to do something with my feet. Chop them off. It's the best thing, unless you use Odor Eaters. Starring John Lynch and Helen Mirren as the feet. Right.
Very, very good, John. And 1 1/4 points to you for that. And we now go on to a round featuring everybody apart from John Sessions, and it's called American Musical. And the idea of that is that they'll be making up a musical based on the life of somebody here in the studio audience. So I'm going to go and find that somebody and find 3 things about them we can make into a musical. Let me come along here to this gentleman here in the jumper. What's your name, please?
Charlie Thompson.
I'm Charlie Thompson, right? I'll just call you And now I want something nice happened to you in the last week. You got your name? Or the last 20 years. I mean, we've got all night. I
went to see a film.
You went to see a film. That's very good. See a film. Now, something you dislike that's ever happened to you.
Dislike whatever happened to me.
Yeah. Have you been in a... let's suggest a car crash. I'm not hoping I've been in a car crash, but I'm just sort of suggesting something. And something you'd like to happen, something you enjoy doing, perhaps. You've got a hobby, or that you're prepared to share with the listening millions? Is there something you know he likes doing? Do you play chess or something like that?
No, riding horses.
Riding horses, OK. So we want an American musical based on... I forgot what you told me now. Riding horses was one thing. Car crash, and what was the last thing? And going to see a film. OK? So you got me at it as well, I'm afraid. But so where you go?
More popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
Say, doesn't that look like a wonderful land? All those green fields. You know, I wish we could just walk through the screen and be in that place.
Gee, I wonder if we wished really hard if it could happen.
Why, here we are!
And I didn't even feel the screen tear.
Oh, we've walked straight through the screen. Is it happening or is it a dream? Are things really what they seem? Oh, I love being here with you.
We're here together at last, but I wonder, can it last? It's so mind-bending that we've done this groovy, totally excellent thing.
Oh, baby, let's go down that yellow brick road and see what's at the end of it.
I wonder if there'll be munchkins or something else that is hard to predict.
Let's go.
Hey, in Never Neverland, you can meet people like me, the dancing horse.
On the inside of the screen, can I go for a ride?
Horse,
it's my dream.
Because I am the horse of your dreams.
Horse of my dreams.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because of this.
I think I'd rather go by car, dear. And look, there's a car. Come on, horsey, let's all go for a ride.
We better give him the back seat so he has more room.
That's true. Now let him have the front wheel.
All right, he can have the front.
You know what I feel like?
What?
I feel like it's good to be alive when I'm with you and we're going for a drive. Everything's groovy and we've got a horse. I think I'll call him Hoofy.
I feel so good with you because we're going for a drive and it's totally new. I think our horse is a little goofy.
And do you know that nothing can happen? Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Except
nothing bad.
Except
what's that tree? Can't you see? Can't you see?
The tree is coming for me.
Thank you very much. Very good. Yes. All right. Stunningly good way. Righty-ho, stunningly good way to end this week. And just totting up the scores, I see that Josie Lawrence is this week's winner. So well done, Josie. The prize for winning, Josie, is to read the credits out in the style of my choosing. I'd like you to do it in the style of a school mom, Josie. So it just remains for me to thank Greg Proops, Josie Lawrence, Tony Slattery, John Sessions and Richard Vranch. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
The following people have failed to pass their A-levels. Dan Patterson, Mark Leveson, Clive Anderson, John Sessions, Josie Lawrence, Greg Proops, Tony Slattery, Richard Vranch, Philip Bo, Del Run, Hudson, Richard Churchill, Martin Coates, Michaela Pullen, Stephen Benelat, Ivan Douglas, Hilary Groves, Joe Thompson, Ivana Revere, Kathy Cosgrove, Darcy Philpott, Nuala Allen Buckley, Christine Moses, Jane Bigger, yes, and I'm only 16, Carrie Fletcher, Johnny Hackman, Pip Gardner, Graham Story, Chris Bolt, Denise O'Donnell, Dan Patterson, all see me after class. Thank you.
Right, hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? Featuring this week the incredible Josie Lawrence of the Comedy Store Players, the inexplicable Paul Merton, also of the Comedy Store Players, then the totally inexcusable Tony Slattery, not of the Comedy Store Players, and finally the indescribable Mike McShane, who's probably never heard of the Comedy Store Players. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. We start with a game called Authors, in which the contestants link up to tell a story. So if you'd like to come down here, ready? Each of them adopting the style of a famous author of their choosing. So, Josie, who have you chosen to adopt the style of?
I'm going to do nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhymes, the many authors of nursery rhymes.
Yes.
Yes, jolly good. Paul?
Yakushimo Okomo.
Japanese writer.
Japanese writer of the 17th century.
Yes, I very rarely read anything else. Tony Slattery.
The person who writes ITV continuity announcements.
Right. Clearly a very highbrow show tonight. And Mike?
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain, jolly good. A real author we got to at last. Now, can we have a title, a nice exotic title for this story? I think this should be this week. Oh, more exotic than silence. Anyway, what was that?
Day at the Seaside.
You regard that as very exotic, do you? Let's make it a day at the seaside in Singapore. Having a Hungarian meal. That makes it nice and exotic. So, day at the seaside in Singapore, having a Hungarian meal, starting with you, Josie.
Little Polly sitting on the floor. She was at the seaside in Singapore. Little Polly did whatever she could feel. Then she went and had a Hungarian meal.
Yes, and there's a definite Japanese flavour to the sparkling new season on ITV. First off, we have the return of that lively sitcom, Not Between the Sheets, Vicar, I Got an Infection.
Well, Huckleberry Finn went to the clinic for the infection. But unfortunately, none of the doctors spoke his particular brand of homespun American English. So he went over to his friend Tom Sawyer and said, let's slaughter a pig and make some goulash. After that, they picked up a couple of prostitutes in Shantytown.
Oh, could I be in heaven or could I be in hell? I found a pixie in a seashell. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it cute? Let's go and take him to the prostitute.
And indeed, the prostitute turns out to be...
So Huck Finn turned to the little Singapore children and said, well, somebody's got to help me tear down this fence so I can get to these prostitutes.
Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. Quite how your collective imagination got prostitutes quite so often in there, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll give you 1.5 points. Would have been more, but for the prostitutes. Now let's get on to a game called Film and Theatre Styles. They break into 2 pairs for this. First pair is Josie and Paul. So you'd like to step forward. I'll give them a situation in which to improvise in just a second. But what we like traditionally in this game from the audience is some theatre and film styles for me to slot them into as we go along. Oscar Wilde. Yes, that's... Yes. Sorry? 3D. Sorry, get away from that previous round. Anyway, sorry?
Billy Smart's Easter Special.
Billy Smart's Easter Special, yeah. Sorry?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, yes, good.
Stanford Bailey.
Hang on, I thought we're just coming to an end there. You're all evening doing these. Now, your situation is you're playing Cinderella, meeting the fairy godmother for the scene when Cinderella wants to go to the ball. OK, that's your scene. I'll give you some styles when we get into it.
I got Bloody hell.
Is there an off licence round here?
No one is here.
Oh,
no one is...
Yeah, go on.
No one is at home but me. Everybody has gone to the ball.
You must be Cinderella.
Yes, I am. You must be...
The fairy godmother. I only help out when they're busy.
Kung Fu.
Wow!
Tell me, oh great fairy godmother, what must I do to get to Great Ball?
Well, first of all, I will pick up this apple. You must grab it from my hand before it turns into a midnight coach and 4 horses.
Oh! What's that over there?
Where?
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde, yes. Oscar Wilde.
Oh, please, I do so want to go to the ball. Would you care for a cup of tea?
That's very Oscar Wilde, that, isn't it? Yes, you can always judge a man by the way he drinks his tea. A man who drinks it with the handle facing towards him is necessarily a liberal. A man who drinks it without the cup is obviously mad.
It's as though Oscar had walked in, wasn't it? Let's have something easier then. 3D.
Oh, look, I'll make you a cup of tea. Here it is, I'm pouring it out now.
This little mouse here, this will turn into a Palomino horse with a wave of my wand. Here it goes!
I hope
I can't stop it! I can't stop it!
Let's end on Billy Smart's circus.
Oh, look.
Yes?
I want to go to the ball, but you know that teacup?
Yes?
Well, I've got a piece of bamboo here. Now, you hold that.
Right. Make the Palomino horse walk a tightrope. That'll...
OK. Come on, Neddy.
You can get arrested for this in some countries.
Thank you very much. Yes. I think we lost the plot line there and then, but never mind, I'll give you no points. So we now come to Tony and Mike, so come along. We want some more film and theatre styles for Tony and Mike.
Adventure movie.
Easy Rider, well, I think that's a sort of style. Amateur dramatics. Oh, I think we've had Woody Allen finally. Tennessee Williams, yeah, that's good. Yellow Pages Advert. Yes, always help Mike McShane week, isn't it? Right, so your situation is, Mike, you are recruiting Tony for your Magnificent Seven. OK, that's your situation. I'll give you some styles in a minute.
So you're Lumbago de la Tour, noted dog raper, huh? Well, listen, Poochie boy, if you make it out of this man's army, we'll pin a medal on you. If we don't, we'll pin a bullet right there.
Shut your face and put this collar on.
Oh, dear. No. Yes, all right, amateur dramatics.
I'm sorry. I'm God, they're out there.
I'll willingly join your band of frankly frightening desperados.
Then only a brave man with a heart and a head that can match his courage can join our army. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Yes. Easy Rider.
No. You're taking on a tough deal. As soon as we cross the borders to Mexico, I want you to strap the kilos of marijuana to your back. They let hunchbacks through. It's a certain nativity week here, and you're religiously blessed.
They'll be patting you a lot and feeding you tortilla chips, but...
I want to do all that. I just wish I could walk in these leather trousers.
Why don't you finish on Tennessee Williams?
It's hot.
Louisa, come here. I want to tell you, Big Sergeant here has had an awful big hankering for some fine British butt. Now, after we get done with this little caper here, we're going to go to my shanty shack in Puka Town, and I want to pour a bottle of Southern Comfort and give you a long...
Oh, Rocket, don't. You know...
Thank you very much. I'll give you a bonus 15 points each for interrupting all your jokes on that one with my buzzer. That's all right. Never mind. Let's go into a game now called Song Styles. So step forward, Mike McShane. He's going to make up a song on the spot with the assistance of Richard Ranch at the piano or one of the many other musical instruments there. So, but a song about a household object. Can somebody suggest a nice order?
Ironing board.
So what was that?
Toaster.
A toaster. Don't think we've done that before. No. So, a toilet seat. Sorry. So that's a word association you have with toaster. All right,
how about a combination toaster toilet seat?
Now we need a style, please, for... Oh, gospel. So you chorused it. There's a whole church meeting advocating gospel. So where you go, toaster, style of gospel.
Everybody, I'd just like to testify a moment about a little appliance that means so much to me. Hey, every morning breakfast just seems the same. I have some juice and it tastes really lame. But God be praised, God high on the most. I finally found something to whip up my batch of toast. This slender machine in the corner of my kitchen I park. And praise be Jesus, the bread goes in light and comes out dark.
Thank you very much. Very good. Yes. All right. Step forward, Josie. She's got to sing about the same object, toaster, pop-up toaster, something like that, but a different style for her.
Hillbilly.
Oh, that's far too difficult for me to understand. Motown. Have you done a Motown? You haven't. Let's have a Motown from you. So, Josie Lawrence, Motown, toaster.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I must be the saddest toaster in the firmament. 'Cause I've been suffering from a burned out element. So I cry, 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 and ask why? No more can I make the bread flip, 'cause they throw me on the toaster tip. Oh, I'm an old toaster, going down on a roller coaster. Nobody loves me and I'm feeling down because I can't make the bread go brown. Oh, please I say, don't just toss me away. Baby, baby, I love you so. Please don't let your old toaster go. Don't throw me away, don't throw me away. I'm not an animal, don't chip my enamel
Josie. Excellent. Well, all right, well, I'm going to give 17 points to that game, but I'm not going to say to whom I'm going to give those points. Now we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all 4 contestants standing, please, on the World's Worst step. And just as they think of ideas, they've got to step forward and give examples of the world's worst person to be stuck in a lift with. So, as you think of it, I'll buzz when we've got the idea. Do as many as we can on the time.
Can you go ahead and get that button for me? I just had a hell of a curry dish.
Oh dear, we're stuck. I've just been out to buy a carving knife.
Hello, my name's John Sessions.
That was a great party. It's moving right.
I'm sorry, my waters are breaking!
You don't mind if I bring the pigs in with me, do you? Go on, George.
Whoops. Never mind. Lucky I got my cassette deck and my Bros tapes.
Oh, look, just the thing to do is not panic. Let's just keep our spirits up. Kumbaya, kumbaya.
Looks like the elevator's stuck for a little while.
Yes, that's right. Hitler's the name. What about it?
I suppose we could always take our clothes off and have sex.
Thank you very much. Any more? That's it? Well, that seems quite enough. While I work out the points of that round, you have to go away and watch some advertisements while we sit here waiting for you. See you after that. Bye. Well, with 93 points everyone that last game, we move on to a game called Party Quirks. This is going to feature Tony Slattery pretending to be the host of a party. The others will be guests. Each of them has been allocated. If they look in the envelope in front of each of them, there's a quirk, a style of behaviour that they have to portray, and Tony has to guess. Tony, you getting the party ready, are you?
Yes, yes. I'm rather nervous. I've never staged a come as one of the Wooden Tops party, but I don't. Hello, Paul, come on in.
Hello, did you know that if you took the stomach of a whale, you could encompass it across the Empire State Building, it would reach as far as Pennsylvania?
Yes, I did know that. It's odd, isn't it?
Yes. Did you know that Cliff Richard, in a previous lifetime, was a Carmelite nun?
I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep. Would you like to just have a twiglet or something?
Well, you know that the word twiglet was invented in 1926 by Gustav Twiglet.
I've got to... Yes.
He was working on a plastic extrusion machine, a new type of Volkswagen, and twiglet was a nearby product of that. Yes. Do you know the Chinese word for twiglet means
Excuse me, I must go and answer the door and then perhaps get a revolver and shoot you. Hello, come on in. Sorry, was this how you'd like me to speak to you? Not Anne Diamond, are you?
Do you know that breakfast TV in this country began in 1985?
Did it? Oh.
Its audience figures now approximately are 1.5 million per day, although there is a drop down at 9:30 when it goes to 0.2 million.
I'm sorry, if you're looking for his brain, you won't find it.
The brain is one of the most interesting organs in the human body.
Hello, Mike, come on in. Have you met...
Wonderful year for Tony. Tony is dressed in a very beautiful blue suit with a rifle tie.
Do you like Neanderthal woman here?
Oh, yes, well, man, yes, we've got
The Neanderthal woman left. I made my way over and greeted the next guest.
Yes.
He shook my hand rather lamely.
I'd be careful with him.
Any guesses?
Do you realise that handshakes in Tibet are a form of buying eggs across the counter?
Oh, it's Desmond Morris or the Guinness Book of Records, or just very, very boring.
Everyday conversations seemed to include things about Desmond Morris, as the Daft Pratt kept going on about inextricable trivia.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've guessed, Paul. Well done. Thank you very much. It's a point. So you go now, Paul. You've been guessed, albeit by the wrong person. And you've got 3 seconds to
I walked
guess.
over to the table. It was decorated in a fine white cloth.
What is he doing, Tony?
With glass bowls.
You're a narrative storyteller.
Narrative storyteller, yes. Well, a particularly difficult selection to guess there, Tony, so I'll give you 15 points just for carrying on talking. And Mike McShane must get double points for actually guessing one of the fellow competitors. So now we go to a game called Rock Opera. And the 4 contestants are now going to improvise a rock opera based on the life of somebody here in the studio audience, with the assistance of Richard Ranch of the Comedy Store Players on the musical instruments. So I'm going to wander into the audience and find who that somebody whose life is going to be about. I'm going to... you, sir, in the second row there. You probably thought you were safe in the second row. Can I ask your name, please, first of all?
Nigel Portman.
Nigel Portman. Jolly good. Now, I want to base on your life, but perhaps you could do a little bit more fiction in it as well. Is there a job that you'd like to do? If you didn't do the job you have already, I assume you've got one, but it's something you'd really love to do.
I'm a carpenter and I'm happy doing that now.
OK, we'll make it carpenter then, that's fine. So, OK, I thought I was being a bit imaginative there, but let's stick with carpentry. Is there a hobby that you like doing? I'd rather you didn't say carpentry because it doesn't help the plot line along, you see.
I like watching rugby.
Watching rugby. So let's make it rugby and carpentry, right? Is there something that's happened to you in the last week or two, an interesting incident? Wish. Ever in your whole life?
I washed the car yesterday.
Wash the car, right. OK. So, where's the camera? Yes, so here we are. It's what we like is a rock opera based on these things, which is carpentry, washing the car, and rugby. Rock opera based on that, away you go.
Have you got the saw?
Yes, I've got the saw.
And I have the hammer and a nail.
Together we'll build a house. It won't be frail.
Won't be frail. I love you. Do you love me? I love everything about carpentry. I love you especially.
You and me, babe, working so hard, building this house in our backyard. It's heaven.
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 Heaven. But where is our friend? Where can he be? I heard he journeyed far to rugby.
Yes, he did. And he'll show up soon.
What are you doing here?
I'm talking to you. I'm a rugby player, and I want you to see my balls.
Look at those balls! What massive
But you know, rugby is very far. You've obviously dirtied your car on the way. There is a man we know. He loves to wash cars so.
He's got an enormous sponge.
Yes, he's the sponge man.
He's the sponge man.
Here he comes. The sponge man.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's the last game, and it just remains for you to total up the scores. And thanks to that stunning performance as Sponge Man, I see that Paul Merton hasn't won. It's Mike McShane is this week's winner. So well done, Mike. The prize for winning is to read the credits in a style of my choosing, so Mike has to read the credits as though he's just won an Oscar. That's how I'd like you to do it, please. So it just remains for me to thank Josie Lawrence, Paul Merton, Tony Slattery, Mike McShane, Richard Ranch at the piano and the other instruments, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Who's five is it anyway? Well, it starred Clive Anderson, Josie Lawrence, Paul Merton, Tony Slattery. I have to thank them, because without them, I'd only be one really large guy on the stage. The vision mix of Peter Phillips, because I'm so good. I really don't get this out of a rod. You know, Joe Thompson, the costume, she's fantastic. I loved her work in Blade Runner. There's the Philpott, is fantastic too. Christy Moses, I'd like to thank my mother, Jane Bigger, Carrie Fletcher, my aunt, my uncle Johnny helping design people, the director, Chris Bowles, Denise Donnie, couldn't be about it. You like me. You really like me.